So you know what it is. What I'm going to be doing today is just pretty much messing around inside of FL Studio, working a beat. But what I want to do with this video is I want you guys to send me your music at UNITEDDESTINYENT@gmail.com. Okay. I want to rate some of your songs. I'm going to start doing this series on this channel to do like an honest critique. And basically, I'm going to be critiquing your music, but I'm going to do it. I'm thinking about calling it like, rating your music, constructive criticism, episode 1 or something like that. I'm not really sure, but that's what I want it to be about, because I basically want it to be a thing to where I'm constantly just trying to build you guys up and help you guys grow as artists in general, producers, whatever the case may be. Okay, so that's something that I really want to focus on in the future moving forward. And if you are new to this channel, I really want you to hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell, because I see this a lot on YouTube. But guys, I think what's going to be important about doing it is I'm going to be able, based off with all my experience, music industry just across the board, filmmaking. I've won USA Songwriters competitions. I've mixed and mastered tons and tons of songs for artists all over the world, produced all kind of beats, scored a lot of stuff. My goal is to try to help you guys grow in general, and I really want to give you guys some honest feedback to help you grow in general and just make better product overall with your music or whatever you may be working on. Okay, so hopefully you guys take advantage of that and really get some constructive criticism on your material, because I really want to help you grow, and I think it will. And whatever advice I give you, you don't have to take it. You can trash it, and then you can apply and keep whatever you think is going to be beneficial for you as well. So that's going to be a personal thing. That's going to be up to you. Let me go ahead and try to get this video pulled up real quick to make sure. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Okay, so also, so like I said, if you want to send your music, let me go ahead and put it in the chat. So if you guys want to have your music get rated by me, I'm going to give you guys some honest feedback. I'm not here to tear anybody down, but I want to help you get better. So don't take anything that I say to heart. I really care, about your music overall, just like I would mine. So anything that I tell you is just going to be my personal opinion. It's not going to be so much based on preference, but just something that I think can overall help your music. So just go ahead and send it over. But for the time being, I am actually messing around inside of FL Studio, which is pretty dope, because I don't think I told any of you guys, or a lot of you people know, but FL Studio got some pretty good damn pianos that I think, sound great. If you've never used their pianos, I think you should definitely use them. And I'm not talking about, let me see, because I think they got a cheesy sounding one that you can probably make sound good, but I'm not talking about the FL keys. But over here in this section over here, I believe it's under, let me think, packs, I believe. Yeah, if you go under packs and you go to instruments, guys, this piano section here, these here, it sounds absolutely great. Like, I definitely recommend that you guys utilize it, because the pianos are so dope. I got a video that's going to drop basically, and let me make sure that I got you guys where you can actually see my screen. I'm sorry about that. All right, so check this out. You should be able to see my screen now. Anyway, so check this out. The pianos that I have inside of FL Studio are under packs, and I think they sound great. Guys, you definitely want to start utilizing these things because they sound great. I got a video coming out, I think sometime probably tomorrow, to where I actually show you how to take these pianos and make them sound better. But since I'm doing this live video already, then you might as well go ahead and take advantage of it and see what it sounds like right now. Okay, so check this out. If you can really hear that ambient sound, but just overall, like just hearing this, it's crazy. Let me see. Somebody said that I'm so confused on making beats. I don't know how to do it. Well, if you own FL Studio, it's kind of good that you're watching this video because I'm utilizing this. Guys, I don't know if you were able to see it. I think I posted a picture the other day about me completely like revamping my setup. So I have I still use PCs. I love PCs, but I have a few of these Mac Minis or whatever, and the Apollo Twin. Just a lot of new stuff that I want to basically start hooking up and setting up to kind of do a lot of these tutorials. So it's going to be pretty dope. But as far as you not knowing how to make beats inside of this program, like I mean, it's pretty simple. It's a simple concept. I know it don't seem like it, but let me just give you an example real quick. Like this is one of the grand pianos. Check it out. And listen to how the sound, like if I pull up, let me just pull up like a random one to where I can pull up something without any effects on it. Okay. So if I go in and like pull up this grand piano, listen to it. Still sounds good. It's more crispy. It's a very crispy, punchy, it's still warm piano sound, but that sounds pretty good. I mean, and for it to be completely free with the software, I just feel like why wouldn't somebody want to use that? Now, the majority of you probably go ahead and use I think the FL keys. These are not my favorite. It's not that I can't make them sound good, but it just sounds a little bit more cheesy and unrealistic to me, but it's still something that you can utilize. Let me see this one though. Okay, so that's not anything terrible, but I want you guys to see what I was able to do with the grand pianos, okay? So, or the closed grand. So I took that piano that you just heard before that one, and what I did was I just manipulated the sound. So let me go ahead and solo that. And this is what's going to be important for a lot of you out there is you got to learn how to manipulate the sound to make things sound good. Because if you don't, then you're wasting your time. So this particular piano, I wanted it to sound warmer and more muffled. And I don't mean by necessarily just muffled. I just wanted to cut the top end out. Just so it don't have much clarity. So check it out. Now listen. That's without the EQ. Sounds great. It sounds great, but for me, I felt like it was just a little too bright. Okay, so that's why I went ahead. You want to get in the habit of using high pass and low pass filters in general. So in this particular case, like you can just see how I have a lot of the high frequencies and the high mid frequencies rolled off simply because I want it to sound more warmer. So I'm going to apply that EQ. Yes, this is FL20 on an M1 Mac Mini. If you notice, it's really wet and it's really, you can say it's warm, it's ambient. And what I did in the process was I went ahead and added some reverb. So I'll set up a send on this particular track and I got some reverb and a coarse effect. So watch this. If I cut both of these off, as well as the EQ. Listen to it. Very present piano. Sounds great, but that's when you start to go in and add certain things like I did. So I added a chorus effect, some reverb, and some EQ, and just listen to how it changed it. Okay, so let's go ahead and add the EQ. Nice and warm, but now we want to give it some space, some ambience, and a chorus effect. Okay, so that's what we did here. So let's just go ahead and cut on both of those. Now listen to it. Nice. Okay. Now, so what I did in the process next was I took another closed grand piano that they have in here. And this time, if you want to create some type of separation, you want to make sure that the lead doesn't sound the exact same that the actual main melody sounds. So I wanted to add some clarity to that. Okay. So I basically wanted the EQ to be different because I wanted the lead piano to sit on top, but also have its own feel. So let me go ahead and show you what I did with that. Okay, so I can just mute this one. So if you notice, this track is getting reverb and delay, but check this out. Look at the EQ. Look how this EQ is different. So if you notice with this EQ, I didn't want it to have much of the low mid frequencies because I didn't want it to necessarily sit in the same frequency spectrum as the actual main melody or the chords. Okay, so I cut that in the low mid frequency so this actual piano can sit in that a little bit better. Okay, and then I also, instead of rolling off so much on the top, I only took out some of the clarity on the top end, but not much. And then I kind of boosted it in the high mid frequencies to make it be a bit more thinner with more clarity. But like I said, removing some of that low mid frequency so I can actually make it sit in the mix a little bit better. Then I went ahead and added a chorus effect to it because, again, it gives it some type of almost like a doubler sound effect or some movement. And I think that that's really key when it comes to actually getting something to sound good. Okay, let's see what we got. Let me try to tune into some of this stuff. So my templates right now for Cakewalk is 25. If you want to know about mixing and mastering, all you have to do is pretty much just email me. The templates is pretty much ready to go. You buy the template, you open it up, you start recording. Everything is already named and ready to go for you. Already got plugins so you can disable whatever you want to disable. Everything is pretty much named to you so that you know exactly where to record, lead vocals, harmonies, etc., hooks, etc. It's all ready to go for you. Okay. Let's see. Anything else? All right. Okay. So back to this. Now in the process. So if you notice, if I play those two together, listen to how they sound. So what I did in the process with that was I wanted to go ahead and add some reverb and delay, which I have set up on these two tracks here. Okay. So like just to, make it easier for myself. Let's go ahead and change the colors of these. Okay. So what I also did in the process was I wanted to go ahead and add some delay because when you add that delay, it gives that lead piano some movement, and I have it ping ponging in a headphone so they can just pretty much bounce from ear to ear in a stereo image, just basically giving it a feel. When I create something, I basically utilize my structure, melody, as well as plugins to basically do a lot of the communicating for me musically. Okay. So if there's never any lyrics with a lot of my beat productions in general, you're going to be able to listen to it and know where I was going with the story, or you're going to be able to feel some type of way, because that's how I want to communicate or express my emotions through my music. So I could have just left this piano playing. Let's go ahead and turn a delay off and just listen to it. Hey, what's good? What's good? What's up? What's up? So if you can hear that piano, you can hear that the piano, it sounds good, but it's kind of like plain Jane a little bit. Not as far as like, the chorus effect or the reverb or any of that, but I just feel like it just needs a little bit movement to be able to carry the melody. So let's go ahead and turn that delay back on. So now this is really cool, because now in the process, something else that this program has that comes with it is the electric pianos. Okay. And check this out. Same thing. And I utilize this a lot as more like a pad and a body to kind of add to the meat and potatoes, almost like the gravy or the sauce to kind of make them blend together. So I pretty much put something like this in the background to help it kind of come together a little bit more, glue together a little bit. So I just basically played the same chords. And by the way, for all you who don't know how to, play chords or whatever the case may be, honestly, I play a lot of my stuff by ear, like period, like simply. I used to play with just one finger. But then if you know how harmonies work, or if you know if something sounds good, for example, if I play this key and this key and this key, that sounds good. So that probably means that it's good, okay? But if I'm going to play something off on purpose. It's honestly hard to play chords off key when when you've been doing it for a while. So let me see something that doesn't match. So I wouldn't necessarily like that particular chord, but there's something that I would use something like that for, with like horror stuff. If I was doing like sound design, or coming up with composing a spooky score or something like that. Okay, so but when it comes to the chords, you can actually see it on the screen. You can see which ones I'm playing. It's just really trying to figure out. So once I figured out, my 3 chords from top, then I just add the 2 lower keys. Okay, so don't get discouraged if you're trying to make beats, because sometimes you don't have to necessarily play with your hands. Like if you got to go in here manually and click, do that. You can stretch them out if you want to, whatever the case may be. You got to do whatever works for you. Just because you don't know how to play the keys by hand don't mean you can't make a dope beat. Like you just got to do what you got to do. So I utilize that electric piano that also comes inside of FL Studio, which I definitely recommend that you guys utilize, because if you listen to a lot of my dope R&B beats, a lot of it is just using these same ones, not even a whole bunch of third-party stuff, okay? So I use this electric piano to go ahead and add to the body of it. Check it out. Okay, so now, I hadn't even installed none of my plugins or anything on this thing. So I'm getting everything pretty much ready to go as far as VSTs. Let me see something real quick. Hey, what's good, man? What's good? Let me see. This says I have an update. Mac, is there any way I can get a updated version of Pro Tools without paying $600? Honestly, I'm not really sure. I don't know, much about that. I know people out there can try to get the program and stuff for free. Honestly, I just did the same thing 2 days ago. That's why I got all this stuff hooked up now. I just went ahead and bought the Pro Tools for, I think it came out to almost like $700 with tax. But I went ahead and bought it because for me, it's necessary. Somebody who works in it every single day for my profession, I deal with clients every single day. And I knew I was going to make that money right back. But I had to think about the long-term investment. I've been using Pro Tools almost 20 years now. Like it was just something that was necessary. Did I want to upgrade? Absolutely not, because I feel like my version 10, 11, and 12 did just fine. I didn't even bother updating after that because I was like, yo, don't fix what isn't broken. I feel like it was perfect as is. So I didn't even bother, wasting my time doing that. But I went ahead and paid for it because I went ahead and bought all these, the Mac Minis, the Apollo Twins, all this other gear for you guys to do these tutorials and things. And I just felt like it was a worthy investment. If you don't need to update to Pro Tools 2021, then don't update, period. If your stuff works, then works. Use that. I did it personally for the templates and stuff that I create for my fan base and people who want to buy it, just so I can have things that are for sure compatible with a lot of the versions that people are going to be using. Otherwise, I wouldn't even bought it. I use FL Studio. I use Cakewalk. I use Logic. I use Adobe Audition. I use so many different programs to make beats and record in. You don't have to have Pro Tools, but if that's your standard and that's what you want, then I would say go ahead and bite the bullet, make the investment, and just pay for it. You know what I'm saying? You can make that money back later, or a couple paychecks. Or I don't know. I don't know anybody's finances, but for me, I was just like, I get YouTube checks. I work every single day. I get money. It's not a bad investment. You got to spend money to make money. This program, Pro Tools, always makes me money, so I didn't have any complaints on doing it. With a lot of these programs and software, I just went ahead and bought a whole bunch of them, updated things. So it's really a personal preference. It's up to you. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's good? Let me see. Okay, now I'm not sure if anybody. Oh, by the way, if you guys know where I can get a lot of free drum kits and things like that, let me know, because that's where I'm trying to download a lot of the stuff. I just downloaded a couple of them so I can start to build this beat for this tutorial. By the way, my camera times out every 30 minutes or so. So if you see my screen go black, just let me know so I can go ahead and hit the button and cut the screen back on. But let me go ahead and check my email real quick. Let me see. Thank you. Somebody just told me that. Yeah. So yeah, just let me know, guys. If my screen times out and it goes black, just let me know, because, my camera times out every 30 minutes or so. Let me go ahead and check. I'm not sure if anybody has sent me anything, then let me know, because that would be like a perfect way for me to check my Gmail if you sent me something. Now, only thing now is you guys got to be able to tell me if you can actually hear it or not, because I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. But this is Tay Boz, I believe. Tell me if you can hear it.
Say, who got the keys to my mansion? Hey, that's me in the future. I'm praying too hard. I know Jesus gon' answer. You gotta survive, keep enemies closer and eat on their presence. Until I retire, don't fuck with my team, you can barely impress us. Show love, no need to suppress it. You're watching this shit from the sidelines. Don't tell me I'm weak when I cry. You tell me you fuck with my music since high five. I hope you don't break when I die. Keeping it real, I don't need validation. I slip and I fall on occasions. Pick my shit up and I'm back on my feet. Never taking defeat, I got no limitations. I grew up and got his epiphanies. Haters and wealth on my energies. We not the same, you be living in fantasies. I ain't complaining, I'm facing my nemesis. Blessings on blessings, nigga. Learning my lessons, I got it all figured. I'm preaching the message, nigga. I hope you related and keeping it moving, man. Who got the keys to my new whip? That's me in the future, my life gon' be lit, man. I'm trying to get past all this bullshit. Working my ass in the studio, trying to fuck up and come up with new hits. Too bad if you're thinking I'm foolish. Dropping out of school for the music. Now I'm schooling rappers, they're my students.
Who says I'm selfish when I'm only trying to get it right? I push as I surface, and grass is greener on the other side. I'm riding solo on my own, but it's okay. I see the road I'm stumbling upon in Revelation. See the light that's shining up enough of my redemption. I'm too high, I'm too far.
I lost some shit that I still can't get over. My friend and my sanity feels like a coma. My feelings get hurt in the process of feeling. I'm trying to get social, I'm used to being alone. I'm trying to rap until it's over. Hope I never lose focus. Got this music my calling and quit is not option. I'm pressing delete if the record is not lit. I like my shit perfect and though I'm not perfect, I could care less so what's left. We got nothing to prove. I've been rapping for years, man. I live in a stew and I'm telling you berries the sweet to the juice. So the better you carry, start cutting them loose when it's getting too heavy. And who got the keys to my Chevy? That's me in the future when I'm bowling daily.
Who says I'm selfish when I'm only trying to get it right? I push as I surface, and grass is greener on the other side. I'm riding solo on my own, but it's okay. I see the road I'm stumbling upon in Revelation. See the light that's shining up enough of my redemption. I'm too high, I'm too far.
Yo, straight up. Hey, and if anybody else is watching this, if you want to rate this track, go ahead and rate it for him. You know, show him some love or whatever. Give him some constructive criticism. But from my standpoint, I just want to say right off the bat, I thought the mix sounded great. The vocals were very warm, very luscious reverb, very ambient. I love the delay in general. I really do love how the vocals, especially for the female vocalist, set in a mix a lot better. I would say on the male vocalist, I would come up just a little bit, or maybe even on the beat. If you have the wave layout of the track, then I would take the like the sub bass, and I would kind of like cut that back a little bit. You know, I would take like an EQ and do some subtractive EQ on that and kind of take out some of the body of it, because it did get a little bit overpowering to the point to where I think I had to kind of force myself to listen to the vocals a little bit harder. If you come down on that a little bit, I think everything else is pretty much golden and spot on. Sounds really good. I do love the effect of the vocal on the hook, you know, with the lower pitch that was added with the vocal. I thought that was very interesting. I do a lot of stuff like that in my mixes as well, and I thought that was pretty interesting and pretty good in general. Overall, great song, great mix. I really loved the reverb as well. I thought the reverb set pretty good in the song. Now, one thing I do want to say is that at the end of that first verse, when it was kind of like, I don't know if you were kind of like fading out a little bit or whatever the case may be, I think you're fading out, or the vocals there is a little too soft. I kind of got lost in that moment. So I would either take some of the reverb off of that and bring it up a little bit with some automation, or just kind of make it to where the instrumentations in the back is not as loud or present. It's in one of these portions of it. Let me listen
Don't
to
need
that again.
validation. I slip and I fall on occasions. Pick my shit up and I'm back on my feet. Never taking defeat, I got no limitations. I grew up in Goddess epiphanies. Haters and wealth on my energies. We not the same, you be living in fantasies. I ain't complaining, I'm facing my nemesis. Blessings on blessings, nigga. Learning my lessons, I got it all figured. I'm preaching the message, nigga. I hope you related and keeping it moving, man. Who got the keys to my new whip? That's me in the future, my life gon' be lit, man. I'm trying to get past all this bullshit. Working my ass in the studio, turn all the fuck up and come up with new hits. Too bad if you're thinking I'm foolish. Dropping out of school for the music. Now I'm schooling rappers, they're my students.
So that particular portion right there, I feel like it's fading out a little too much. It's getting a little too much of that wet reverb sound, and I'm kind of struggling to hear exactly what's kind of being said there. So if you can go back to the drawing board, if it's complete, cool. But if it were me, I would go back and basically try to take some of that reverb out of that to make it a little more present and upfront, so we can still hear before things actually come in. But other than that, I love the delivery. I love the presence. I love exactly what you're doing with the structure of the song. It's a very nice vibe, and overall, just thought it was a good track. So if I had to rate that track out of a 10, I would probably rate that about an 8 out of a 10 for sure. It's a nice track. If anybody else got a track that you would like to submit, go ahead and submit it to UNITEDDESTINYENT@gmail.com. Okay. All right. So now back to FL. Go ahead and pull this down some. So yeah, like, that's kind of what I'm working on right now. So now I'm trying to decide on if I want to have more of some wet drums or kind of like a dry sounding drums. Because once I start putting the 808s in this stuff, then it's definitely going to change everything. I didn't even know FL had some risers. Probably not very good, but that's interesting. So like, let me show you something. There's just like so many different. What is their bass sounds like? I know that they have some bass as well. I don't know if their guitars are any good or not, but I would definitely recommend, you guys try it out. Let me see one of these. Let's see if we can, so like this would be like another one of those cases to where whatever you put in the track, like you'll have to, start manipulating some things. So let me turn everything on here. And that particular sound, I know that they have a couple other ones on there, but let's see. See, when they come the way that they are, they don't sound great, but let me see something. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely do that here in a second. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take that particular instrument because there's things that we can do to that to make it stand out. So we're just gonna click it here, and we are gonna route this to its own channel. So let's just record. I might mess it up, but let's just record something really quick and then try to manipulate the sound. Something simple, okay? We're not going to overthink it. We're just going to do something simple. So we're just kind of getting this lined up some. I want this to be a little tighter there. Okay, cool. So I'm okay with that. So now what I want to do is I don't want that sound to that guitar to be so dry. So I'm going to take that and then I'm going to feed it to the reverb. And let me see if I can even feed it to some of this delay. Maybe too much though, okay? Okay, so I like that. So what I want to do is I'm going to add some EQ. Okay. We're going to cut it down and take some of the clarity out. And some of that low end. Gonna make me a little bit bigger down here, about right there. Okay, so I like that. Now we could go in and add some chorus. Now I want to experiment a little bit with a little more. Let me go in and find some of my Blood Overdrive. And you don't want everything to sit in the middle, okay? That's a big tip. A lot of you start to mix, you start to do a lot of stuff musically, and you got everything sitting in the middle, and it just doesn't have to be that way. You want to create, if you want things to blend better, sit better in a mix, then you need to go ahead and create some separation by panning things, turning things down, up, adding more reverb, more compression, more EQ, subtractive EQ. There's so many different things you can do. Okay, so I like that. So far, I like that. I would even go a little step further and see if I can get it to be a little bit more wet, because I don't want it to be too present, but just in the mix, but just kind of wet. So we're going to boost the size and add more decay. I'm going to cut back on the decay some because I don't want it to continue to keep carrying on, okay? Pull back on some of the reverb and then cut it down more. So like certain things when it comes to I would like that to be just a little bit more wet. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and feed that to the reverb as well. Click this track here. Let me see. Now see, situations like that, you would definitely want it to not be something, you know, as far as that much reverb in that particular situation. So I can create something totally separate for that to make it sound a lot better, but I don't want it to be that wet. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll go to track 20 and I'll rename it reverb. Okay, and then I'll also just go ahead and change that track color real quick so I know exactly what it is. And then I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna add some reverb because I want the reverb to be like a different space for that particular instrument. So let me go ahead and go to that particular track. Okay, now let's go in and change the reverb. Pull back. And go for a different sound. So the thing about it, when it comes to the reverb on a actual instrumentation in general, you have to realize that once you start putting reverb on high frequency stuff, the thing about it is it's definitely going to change the way that instrument sounds. So that's something that you definitely want to keep in mind if you're going to be doing that. So like, I wouldn't want the reverb to affect the top end of that actual vocal. So what I'm going to do in the process is I'm just really going to try to cut some of that reverb out of the high frequencies, some of that EQ out of the high frequencies of that reverb, so it's not actually reverbing the top frequency, if that makes sense. Okay. So look, you'll know what I'm talking about, just so you can hear it. The more that I leave this, listen to the reverb. As I cut back, listen to what the reverb sounds like. So check it out. And that's because when you start to utilize the EQ after the reverb, what you're doing in the process is you get to decide where that reverb is actually going to affect that vocal frequency. Okay. So if you want a lot of the reverb frequency on the vocal in the top end, then don't mess around with the EQ. You don't have to touch it, period. But if you want the reverb to affect the mid range of the vocal, as well as the low frequency, then you definitely want to make sure that you use an EQ and pretty much roll off the top end to go ahead and take some of that reverb out the top end. So say this would be very key in situations like if you were to record some rap vocals or any vocals in general and your sibilants, or you had like really high S sounds, when you add reverb to that, it really enhances those S sounds or whatever, and it can make a lot of your mixes sound piercing or pretty harsh to hear. So the majority of the time when people add reverb to their vocals, they don't tend to cut that top end out of their vocals. And when they do that, a lot of their vocals in those S sounds tend to get enhanced, compressed, louder with limiters and all this other stuff. And it's like, yo, like that's kind of sharp. You know, you need to cut that out. And one of the main reasons, it may not even be that sharp, but when you start adding the reverb, it's definitely going to make it stand out. So this would be a good scenario to go ahead and cut back on that because you don't want those issues. So we're just going to cut that back here. Now you can go for a wider room sound as well. Okay. You can also do those same things on the lower end, pretty much. Okay, if we took this sound here, and all I'm doing is adding subtle reverb so I can go ahead and give it its own space. That's something that you want to take advantage of, okay? Let me go ahead and check this real quick. Live chat. Okay. All right. So now if you notice on a mixer window, there's things that I have going on. Honestly, the majority of you can actually probably mix. you just don't know how to balance things properly. If you really figure out the concept of balance, that'll kind of help you out in the process a lot more. Okay. So it's just really, you can see I have the faders going down and up on synths, on on the instruments and things like that. You just want to be able to find some balance. Okay. So like this particular instrument, it don't need to be that loud. So what I'm noticing right now is I really don't want that particular instrument. I don't really want to hear so much at the top end. Like, I don't know why. I'm in a mood to where I don't want a lot of clarity when it comes to the beat, because I feel like everything has its own clarity. But once I start adding vocals and all that stuff to this, I want to be able to make sure that my vocals are going to sit nice in the mix. And I don't want to have to add and boost a lot on the vocals. I want to be able to record the vocals with a nice warm sound, because I hadn't figured out if I want to do a condenser microphone or if I want to do like a dynamic microphone to have more of that warmer sound with the vocals. But you don't want the vocals to be too harsh, and you also don't want the instrumentation to be too harsh too, because when it comes to the mixing and the mastering phase, those are a lot of things, especially when I mix for a lot of clients. I got to fix a lot of that stuff, or try my best to fix it. A lot of you guys only have 2 tracks. A lot of you don't even have, a lot of you have even just one single file waveform for your beat. You don't have a lot of the individual wave files. And I can't go in and change a lot of that stuff because everything is pretty much in one file. So when you go get these beats and the producer's like, oh yeah, I want to put limiters on all my beats, and it's not mixed properly, and the 808s are too loud, and the snares are too loud, and whatever instrumentation is too loud, when you try to put vocals over that stuff, it really just don't sound good because it's clashing. And at that point, you can't really change anything into it. Even in the mastering phase, when I try to do things to make it sound better, I have to usually go into the beat, use some EQs on a beat, and try to like EQ and subtract some things as much as possible just to make the beat sound balanced as much as I can, and then mix the vocals with it, blend it together. But when you got so much going on in the beat and things aren't balanced, and you got all these limiters on it, and plus in the mastering phase, when you got to do the full mix and add more limiters, that's when things start sounding distorted. It just doesn't sound good. It start clipping or whatever. So you guys need to learn to not be afraid to do subtractive EQ, number one, and then don't feel like something is too muffled. If it sounds good, it sounds good. I mix beats the same way I mix vocals. I don't want everything to be clear and punchy and upfront. I want things to have separation, have space, some things to be more higher in the mid-range, other things to be higher in high frequencies, have more body with the low frequencies. But I rarely ever have anything sharing the same frequency, just because you won't get any clarity out of that. That's just something that won't work. So even in my approach with adding vocals, I just want to make sure that there's a clear, distinct sound that I get with the beat and the vocals at the same time. I want them to sound very balanced, and I want them to be able to sit and complement each other well in the mix. Okay. Hey, appreciate it. Yeah, I got rid of I've been rocking the fresh cut. I've been rocking the fresh cut. Now I be with this brush. I be with this brush 24/7, brushing my hair. That's the only thing I don't like, but I appreciate it for sure. So if you want to send a song, you send the song to UNITEDDESTINYENT@gmail.com. And I'll go ahead and put it again. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, Chris, I truly appreciate it, man. I'm trying to teach people as much as I can. That's why I need y'all's help, because I'm trying to get that 100,000 subscribers. I'm a ways away from it, but the only way I'll make it happen is if y'all continue to support me. You know what I'm saying? Hit that subscribe button, share the videos or whatever. Just because I'm trying to educate people, and I got content for days. I just need to get the love and the support, and I can continue to make it. That's my motivation. All right, now check this out. Hey, I truly appreciate that. Keep showing me the love, because that's what I need, man. This is like, people don't know. Like, this is, I mean, I'm obviously a business owner, but like, outside of being a business owner, like, this is still my work. This still is my business. You know what I'm saying? This is how I provide for my family, you know, teaching, educating, doing all types of things like that. So when I come in here, I'm like, yo, I just need the support. I just need the love to know that I need to continue, and that people really appreciate my time and my effort, because I spend a lot of time doing this. That, like, if I was to go get my wife, she'd be like, man, the world gets my husband. They get all his time, and he dedicates everything to, you know, everybody else. So I try to find a balance for my family too, but they know, look, y'all living good. Y'all living life because I work so hard. You know what I'm saying? So I try to grind and make it happen for my family. But I also do it for y'all because y'all support me. And, you know, the more support that I get from y'all, then the more content that I can continue to bring you. So. Hey, also let me know. Let me see. How do you do those? How do you do those flames? What do you mean? Flams? What are you trying to say? Okay, I got another track, so I'm going to go ahead and pull that up. Remember, if you're getting your song judged for me in this particular case, I'm going to be doing some things in the future to where you guys can actually donate. And, you know, if you want to support me, hit the PayPal. If you want to support, hit the Cash App or whatever. But I'm going to try to make this a thing to where I'm legitimately critiquing you guys, and not just from the standpoint of listening to your music just to listen to it. Like, I want to treat it as if you were here, right here in my face, and I wanted to go through the process of saying, okay, before you put this out or whatever, this is what I would tweak. This is what I would make better. This is how you can make this sound better, because it's all about growth. Okay. So let's see that particular track that you just sent. Let's see. Let's check it out. Here we go.
What about my side? What about my side? What about my... But who are they to judge? I made it out the mud. I know people ain't gon' like me, I'm no longer who I was. See, now I play for keeps. See, now I'm out for blood. It's bitter when it's sweet. See, now I'm out for blood. Gone boy elite. See my pride, fuck a piece. I'm a minister police. I don't wanna hear your preach. Now I'm out for blood. See, now I'm out for blood. See, now I'm out for blood. See, now I'm out for blood. I'm out for blood. I like how they want to count me out it. My shit was written, it ain't nothing you could type about it. I done been broke before, so I know how to go without it. Girl, I'm a hustler. I never went too long without it. These niggas always trying to tell you should walk. You can't finesse me, I ain't falling for that good talk. Why would I chase a bitch if money who I could stalk? Got a vendetta with it, sorry, it's the jug fall. Sorry, babe, she ain't wanna fuck with me at first cause I had all the babes. Now she call me Peyton when I caught her play. Niggas lame, want my place, need a pace. Grandma say, when I came, tailor made, not the same. She called me her Zed, I might do her mad. She ain't chasing clout, she just chasing bag. That boy end up slap, he thought I was red. Debo style him out, he didn't know my hands. Goddamn, but who are they to judge? I made it out the mud. I know people ain't gon' like me, I'm no longer who I was. See, now I play for keeps. See, now I'm out for blood. It's bitter when it's sweet. See, now I'm out for blood. Gone boy elite. See my pride, fuck a piece. I'm a minister police. I don't wanna hear your preach. Now I'm out for blood. See, now I'm out out for blood. See now I'm out for blood. See now I'm out for blood. I turn to something else when I get in that bloody mood. I turn a Georgie to a Benji off that bloody moon. I had that pussy singing Purple Rain, just need the clearance. She match my fly, my shit expensive. This ain't fucking spirit, shorty. All tell me what you want, what you really want. Be my lover for the summer, you spicy, get you bustin'. Beat that body, play percussion, smoking goody, mob in public. I won't speak about abundance, unless I show you how to touch it. Writings on the wall, they can't spell it off. Wait till after dark, you turn pray to God. I was in phase, now it's better days. Now my paper straight, we call space. I'm out for any nigga hating, I can feel the vibes. I feel like niggas wanna feel like feeling traumatized. Drama time, call it try, watch 'em ride. Mexico on Valentine, itchy in my palm, it's probably come a time I'm alive. But who I date a George, I made it out the mud. I know people ain't gon' like me, I'm no longer who I was. See now I play for keeps, see now I'm out for blood. It's bitter when it's sweet, see now I'm out for blood. Go on boy, elite, to my pride, fuck a piece. Some minutes to police, I don't wanna hear your preach. Now I'm out for blood, see now I'm out for blood. See now I'm out for blood, see now I'm out for blood. Who I did it, George, I made it out the mud. I know people ain't gon' like me, I'm no longer who I was. See now I play for keys, see now I'm out for blood. It's bitter when it's sweet, see now I'm out for blood. Ay, go on boy, elite, to my pride, fuck a piece. Some minutes to police, I don't wanna hear your preach. Now I'm out for blood, see now I'm out for blood. See now I'm out for blood, see now I'm out for blood.
Yo, so let me say right out the bat, fire track. I think the track was dope. You know, it had the clarity, it had the punch. I love the separation. The beat was hot. One thing I care most about with artists a lot is the artistry, and you can just tell that there were things that you were doing with your vocals vocally to make it different than just actually rapping. You know, you added a little swag to your vocals and change. And that's really what it takes for a lot of people to get really good. It's just people have to learn how to change how they sound. I want people to be able to know the difference between me as a regular person and then me as an artist. I want them to feel like we're two different people. And I just feel like overall that track was just fire. It was I love the beat. I love the separation. I love the clarity. I love the use of the effects. I love where things set in the mix. If I was to do anything, if I would go back and tweak, change anything, or, you know, just that you could have done a little bit better, was a little change up at the end. I love how it was like a little transition, but it was kind of like distracting. With the other vocal, it kind of got lost. And the thing that you were doing at the end, it was just kind of a little bit too loud to the point to where I feel like in my brain psychologically, I was trying to figure out like which was which, like which do I listen to? Do I listen to the little subtle voice in the background, or do I listen to the louder vocals? And then there was one part to where you did like almost like some little harmonies. I don't know if the tuning was just a little bit out of key, or if it was more so the choice of the harmony, but I just feel like it could have been tuned a little bit better as far as the key of the song and the direction. But overall, I think everything was pretty clear, punchy, and for me, like I definitely have to give that track a 9 out of 10. Like I just thought that was, you know, it's gonna be hard for anybody to get a 10 out of 10 because I want to be realistic. But you know, start to finish, it was a whole vibe. The beat was banging. The lyrics was banging. The song was just it was A1. So good job on that for sure. Good job on that. Yeah, I mean, you even see like there's feedback. There's feedback out there for sure. Like I would definitely and then let me make sure too, if that's your particular channel, I don't know if it's going to change anything, but I'll be sure to go check out your channel. If anybody else just heard what I heard and you like what you heard, leave some feedback in the comments, but also go support them. Like go subscribe to the channel. I want my page to be a big community of people to where we just support each other. You know what I'm saying? We help promote each other because that's what it's about. You know, there's music industry, then there's indie artists, obviously. And then, you know, there's local people that really try to get things off the ground for themselves. I don't care who you are. I feel like anybody, that doesn't have mainstream doing all the work for them, they need that support. They need that love. They need that, constructive criticism to grow. And the only way that's going to happen is if we support them, share their music, go give them a like, post it on your Instagram. Yeah, it ain't going to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? The only time I feel like people are afraid to do that is when they're afraid that somebody going to get more clout or, better exposure than them. And it ain't got to be about that. Be known to support other people. That's what I'm about. Like, I ain't gotta be shiesty. I'm gonna support you, period. If I think that you got good music, even if I don't think your music is that great, it may not be the best music for me, but somewhere out there, there's an audience of people that's gonna be rocking with you, because you may make music that they rock with. So that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna continue to keep doing that. But that was a dope track. If anybody else got a track that they would like to send me, then go ahead and send it over so I can go ahead and check it out. Hey, what's up? What's up, Noda? Yo, hey, Noda, if you got a track that you want to send over, so I can kind of play it for the community, people who listening, just let me know. Okay, Chris Snyder, what's the name of your track? And I'll try to go through and refresh, but as of right now, I only see two tracks that I got from somebody. So yeah, until y'all send something over, you know what I'm saying? That's just what we. Let me see. I'm mixing and mastering by me. Yeah, that's fine. Even if it's tracks that you mixed and mastered, okay. I think I just got it right now. So let me go ahead and check it. Let me refresh this thing real quick. Okay. So this is Chris Snyder, Bucks Final. Let's check it out.
They tried to step in my section, told a bitch can't have affection. 38 on my hip, yeah, for protection. Ball like the Bucks, yeah, ball like the Texans. Toss a pat like Deshaun Watson, moving real cautious. Counting my green like it's Boston. Need accounting, counting money's exhausting. Diamond on me, yeah, they wet like a fountain. Swishy, how many Benjis are you counting? Always look around and check my surroundings. Swishy, astounding. Bought 2 shoes and a pad like Reese's. I got the hottest bitch in a bikini. I stay flexing with the YSL beanie. I be eating good pasta linguine. Green in my pocket zucchini. Boy, you get pressed like panini. Yeah, yeah. Told the bitch, nah, I don't need it. Get that shit back, told her keep it. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, pulled up in the brand new Vitador. Diamonds on my neck like winter up in New York. Yeah, they try to steal my wave like a surfboard. You ain't about shit, boy, you typing on the keyboard. You ain't got shit, got your car fucking Revo. Pass the bitch off like my name Tim Tebow. Keep it totally on me, I ain't talking Home Depot. You ain't bigger than me, yeah, that's your ego. If he's an addy, pull up on our Aubin, he might need a medic. Pull up in caddy, I'm dropping the top of my wig out of static. Rapping inside of my jeans, I guess it's inside my genetics. Swerving around the pause, I ain't wanna fuck up the Lex. They try to step in my section, told a bitch can't have affection. 38 on my hip, yeah, for protection. Ball like the Bucks, yeah, ball like the Texans. Toss a pat like Deshaun Watson, moving real cautious. Counting my green like it's Boston. Need accounting, counting money's exhausting. Diamond on me, yeah, they wet like a fountain. Swishy, how many Benjis are you counting? Always look around and check my surroundings. Swishy, astounded. They try to step in my section, told a bitch can't have affection. 38 on my hip, yeah, for protection. Ball like the Bucks, yeah, ball like the Texans. Toss a pat like Deshaun Watson, moving real cautious. Counting my green like it's Boston. Need accounting, counting money's exhausting. Diamond on me, yeah, they wet like a fountain. Swishy, how many Benjis are you counting? Always look around and check my surroundings. Swishy, astounded.
Okay, so not bad. Overall, I think, and this is just like a start from finish thing. So what I want to do is sometimes I like to change my approach on what I start with, the pros and the cons. So I'm gonna start with the negatives first, okay? So I feel like the negatives is the vocals are really wet reverb wise. I would kind of cut back on a reverb to help them sit in the mix a little bit. The thing about the track is everything is kind of dynamic at the same time. It's the same level of loudness. Loudness is good, but you definitely want to have some type of balance in your tracks. So everything is not competing to be heard at the same time. So I just feel like there was a lot of stuff going on in the track as far as the beat, and then the energy. Hands down, you brought the energy. But that's more of a positive, okay? As far as the track in general, I just feel like you can cut back on the reverb some, get a little bit more of a EQ and an effect on the background vocals, and kind of separate them a little bit. You can add anything, add like some flangers, some chorus effects, anything to make the background vocals sound different. So I'm not trying to compete, trying to listen to both at the same time. Just create that separation. Other than that, when it comes to, it probably wasn't a tracked out wave. You probably didn't have the tracked out wave files for that beat. If you do, I would go back, cut some of the bass and the 808s out of that track, cut it down some so it's not as present. And then I'm not sure if that was like
With the door, diamonds on my neck like winter up in New York. Yeah, they try to steal my.
Okay, so yeah, I heard right with the cymbals. One thing with the cymbals, they can get really loud and distracting. So a person will know a cymbal if they hear a cymbal. It don't necessarily need to be super clear or really up in the mix. So if you're gonna use cymbals in your beats, turn those things down and put them in the back. I don't want them to be too distracting from what's going on with you vocally. Now, as far as the pros of the track, and I will say one more thing as far as a con, make sure you get that fade out at the end of the track. It's probably a rough track. It doesn't matter. Just make sure that you get that fade out so it just doesn't stop like that. We want it to sound like a real track and be more professional with it. As far as the positives in general, I love the lyrics. I love the energy. I love your presence as an artist in general. Like, instantly when the track came on, my head was just kind of like bobbing because I can honestly feel your approach, your energy. And as the audience, that's what it's based off. We can't really get into a track if you're not really into the track. So I can tell 9 times out of 10 when an artist goes in the studio and it's like, oh, I'm just recording this just to record this for fun. Well, yeah, I can tell you're recording it for fun because there's no energy, there's no emotion, there's no hype, there's no vibe to it or none of that. You can just tell that you didn't care about recording it. But with you in this particular track, I can feel the energy. I felt like legitimately it kind of gave me I can't even think of, it gave me like Lil Pump vibes, but just more on an artistic side. Lil Pump has this style. His music ain't for everybody, but he has a particular vibe and a style that people can rock with. And I definitely think that there's a creativeness to that. And what you did in this particular track, I felt like the energy was there, the presence was there, lyrics was there. Tighten up the little things that I talked about, and everything will be golden from there. So good job, man. Great track. Yeah. Professor, let me see, Rolling Thunder. I definitely agree. For sure. I mean, I feel like it's so distracting to the point to where, like I said, I don't want to listen to a track and then hear cymbals the whole time. So even with the producers, I've been doing a bunch of like trap beats and stuff, even for clients. I'm at the point to where I don't even want to use cymbals in tracks, period, because I feel like it's such a sharp sounding, distinct sound that it can overpower a track, and if you're going to use it in rock music and stuff like that, like, I get it, you know what I'm saying? But even that, it's like, yo, like, chill on the cymbals, you know what I'm saying? But there's a time and place for everything. And I feel like with music nowadays, you don't want it to be to the point to where it's so distracting. So a couple cymbals here and there is totally fine. I always say that you want to make sure that your track is going to be able to breathe. And if that requires you to, take some instruments out, do it. especially you got to choose a focus when it comes to music. And I think that's where people miss the mark. People want to have their beats doing all this crazy stuff, and then they want to start doing vocals and start adding all these lyrics and harmonies and background ad-libs and this and that. It's like, look, man, everything is clashing at the same time. You got to pick and choose what you want. What do you want to be the focal point of this song? Is it going to be the beat, or is it going to be you vocally? You know, you have to decide. So if you're going to have a lot going on with your vocals, then you don't want to have a lot going on with the beat. Same thing, vice versa. That's why you hear a lot of these artists right now making bangers with simple beats, but they're just like really getting into it musically with the lyrics, because they're really delivering a lot of lyrics at the time, and their presence is really hitting it for us. But trying to have a bunch going on with the beat, a bunch going on with the vocals, is just, like I said, you want to compliment yourself, compliment your music. You don't want to compete. Okay, let's see. Exactly. Hey, Noda, did you go ahead and send that track in? Yeah, I probably do. My whole purpose was I didn't want to have to go through my emails trying to search for it. Did you send it to this email? Okay, what is this? Is this let's listen to the wave. All right, so this is Noda, a song that he makes for his clients. Shout out to Noda as well. Hey guys, he engineered music just like me. So, you know, if you guys need somebody to mix and master music and you feel like, you know, my prices aren't, you know, in your budget or whatever the case may be, it's no hard feelings. I'm all about sharing, you know, sharing clients or whatever. Like, I feel like he's a great engineer. So definitely check him out.
Listen,
y'all go ahead and rate it.
Cameron. Listen. Doubt me, then you tripping. It's okay, plenty bars, I got endless. It's okay, cut them off, now I'm friendless. I'm okay. MJ and you okay when it's care about winning? That's okay, I just took what I was given. I'm okay, I just started not finished. That's okay, I swear that it is my time. Check the roll, ay. You know it's okay to stay down till you come up. Don't fake the funk to fit in with the runners. The money you got ain't nothing but a number. You know I'm the shit, stay away from you plungers. Been here for a minute, ain't giving up yet. Couple times I restarted, was hitting reset. Creating myself, thinking what to do next. I isolated, cause for me it was best. That shit you be talking and start to get old. Think about it, are you really that bold? I can load up the clip and give you every shot in the moment. I'm out, I eject and reload. Every moment is critical, and I won't give it up for individuals. I be damned if I get to my pinnacle and you get in my way, I'ma finish you. So please go decide what you finna do, so I know I'm from putting it into you. I don't mean any harm, but that's what I'ma cause, and I mean when I say take it literal. I don't trap, but the hustle is digital. I'm supplying to all like a vendor do, but you gotta get it while supplies last, and I know what I'm giving is plentiful. I do me and they mad about it. Am I who they wanna be? Probably. I learned from the greats, but you think it's great if you hate on them. Got that bitter shit out of me. I don't think that they happy about it. I really don't give a fuck, honestly. Why the hell would I care about your opinion when you just a fraudulent wannabe? Doubt me, then you tripping. It's okay, plenty bars, I got endless. It's okay, cut them off, now I'm friendless. I'm okay. MJ and you okay when it's care about winning? That's okay, I just took what I was given. I'm okay, I just started not finished. That's okay, I swear that it is my time. Check the roll, ay. I don't really care when the sun come up, cause I'm ready for whatever if you tryna run up. I know it ain't fair, I don't really care, but I'm finna go around the world and make it go around us. Do this and do that, no I'm breaking every rule. When it comes to the truth, all I do is pick and choose. I know I'm phenomenal, y'all just want me to lose. It don't matter who you better, and I'ma blow like a fuse. You ain't gotta re-up if you caught right. You can turn on camera to get your mind right. All the haters saying all I do is soundbite, but if you think about it, that don't even sound right. Killer cat again is on this knife life. That's a reference to the beat, that better hold tight. I'm not the biggest or the strongest, but I got might. I'm a lion like the king of the wildlife. I'm giving it all for the low, shorty, you know how it goes. I'm picking many money more. I catch them all by the throat. My mind is a weapon, I told. My knowledge is what I call smoke. know. You doubt my potential, my greatness is something that you must not already know. If I make it to the top, then it's all love. If I fall to the bottom, then it's all was. I say it was cause it's past tense, that'll be the last shit. But I must say that it was a lot of fun. Got love for the real ones that'll stick around if I fall down. And look, I'm better than before. If you help me, I'ma help you. Know if you give it to me, then I'm giving you more. Then you tripping. It's okay, plenty bars, I got endless. It's okay, cut them off, now I'm friendless. I'm okay. MJ and are you okay? When it's care about winning, that's okay. I just took what I was given. I'm okay. I just started, not finished. That's okay. I swear that it is my time. Check the Rolex, ay, ay.
Don't sleep, man. It ain't even that time yet. I'm just getting started. It's Cam. I'm out.
I love when these tracks got like that smooth fade out like that. Some point. Hey, so check this out. The track was dope, punchy. The clarity was there. I love the effects. I love the dynamics of the beat. I also love the dynamics of the vocal. If I had to fix two things in that particular track, I would probably say to do a little bit more roll off on cutting the top end off of the vocals as far as the EQ. Tad bit sharp. Just as far as like slight, it almost sounds like slight distortion. So it could either be, you can utilize that with a final EQ, either on the vocal bust for your actual vocals, or just take the individual vocals and then kind of like to roll off some of that top end. So what I like to do is anything that I roll off or subtract on the inserts of the first set of vocals or whatever on the plugins, what I come back and do later on like the master bus or the master aux for that vocal in general, the vocals in general, I tend to add some of that stuff back with proper EQ, proper compression, some de-essers, etc. The only other second thing that I would say standed out to me most was I feel like second verse is a little bit too loud. I would come down on that just a little bit more, but other than that, the track was dope. The energy was there. Like, I mean, there was nothing that I can say bad about the lyrics. There was nothing that I could say bad about the presence, the energy, what you did on the hook, especially mixing wise. I thought everything was just nice, warm. The auto tune, the tuning of the vocals was just really clean. It was a dope sound. Everything was just on point. Like I said, credit to you for the fade out, because most engineers, most artists, they missed the mark on that. Because they think it's not that big of a deal, but it actually is, especially when you want your song to get critiqued, because you never know who's going to critique your music and you never know what they're going to critique it for. So just always make sure that you have everything on point. But other than that, dope mix. I love it, man. Great job on that. That was something that that didn't stand out to me the other day, I guess because we were kind of on the fly and I didn't have the time to really sit and listen to it. But just listening to it now, everything else was on point. But you fix those two things and everything else is on point. All right. Anybody else? If anybody else got a particular track, let me know. And if you're an artist and you are good at R&B, let's go ahead and do this. Let's go back here real quick. So we're just going to kind of make it a little bit bigger right here, down here. If you're an artist and you are into R&B music, I'm going to continue to build this piano stuff. Because like I said, FL Studios pianos are dope. If you're not utilizing them, they're inside the program. They're free. So use them. They're good. So I'm in the process of building this beat. I really want to see if there's a dope artist out there who wants to do something different. You know, if you want to collab or just do a verse to some R&B stuff, I'm looking at this as an artist development approach. Like if you're normally used to spitting really fast or to some trap music or whatever the case may be, let's see how you do on some slower R&B style. Let's see how you'll be able to change your artistry, your voice, your approach to your deliverance on the track to see if you can do something dope. And then I may just go ahead and take a bunch of vocals from everybody and kind of just mix a whole track and drop it. You know, you never know. So one thing I will say, I am thinking about, let me see. I don't know. I'm thinking about doing a giveaway. Shout out to Lawton Audio for sending me out some microphones. I've been getting a lot of sponsors and they just love sending me free gear and stuff. So I'm thinking about doing a giveaway. I might give away this microphone here, even though it's a great microphone. See that? Brand new microphone. Lawton Audio just sent it out to me. It's a great microphone. I think it sounds great. I just actually did a comparison video with the TLM 103 on my channel. If you haven't had a chance to go check that out, I would definitely go check that out because I tried to do it in its raw form. I didn't want to, you know, try to enhance it with all these plugins and things like that. I just wanted to see what it sounded like draw as is. And then also I wanted to test it out with some of a simple plugin. I think it was the UA610 plugin. I wanted to see what it sounded like to marry that effect to Pro Tools. So that in competition with the TLM 103, this one is only, I think, $300 right now, but I think they got it on sale. So if you're interested, go check that video out. I'll have a link in the description box for you guys to purchase it. But this actually sounded pretty damn good in combination with the actual TLM 103. Okay, so that's just something that you guys want to consider messing around with or add into your mic locker. I would definitely do it for sure. Let me see what else we got to do. Hey, it's definitely a dope mic. Like I said, I'm trying to do some giveaways on some stuff, and I just really want to make it a fun little competition for people. Like it's really to help the community grow. I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff on this channel to really help everybody collaborate and network and subscribe to each other. We should all be trying to grow together and helping each other out, you know. So I don't know how many of you actually get paid, but I get paid every month, you know, with a YouTube check and affiliate checks and things like that. And honestly, the extra money is a blessing. It is. It truly is. Because for once I get to treat myself with stuff, you know, I do everything for my family. They get everything. So just to be able to have these opportunities to be able to get blessed with extra money to really invest in my business and YouTube and stuff like that, it's a blessing. So you guys should all be working toward that, especially if you're on YouTube. You definitely want to make sure that that's something that you're working toward. Okay, so let's see if there's anything else. Okay, it says, yeah, I just got it turned back on. Should come on here in a second. Just to make sure, yeah, it's there. All right, here we go. Let's see. If anybody else got something, let me see. Okay, let's check this one out.
Let's party on the weekend. She said, nigga, come through to spend some time on the weekend. I'm not sure, I don't even want the pussy. I don't need it. party on the weekend. Let's party on the weekend, baby. Been working all week, now it's time to get crazy. I saw you dance one time and I ain't gon' lie, girl, you had me like, like ooh, baby, baby, la la la. You my type, so you gon' get the hottest. Yeah, but so wine, tick tock, tick tock. 6:30, keep it going, don't stop, stop, stop. I love the way that you moving, shorty, keep it going, cause you know what you doing. Body on curvy, skin soft and real smooth. And I love the way you speak, voice sounds real soothing. But baby, girl, you know we outside. We outside all night, and we gon' have a good time. We gon' party tonight, so let's party on the weekend. She said, nigga, come through to spend some time on the weekend. I'm not sure, no, don't even want the pussy, I don't need it. Let's party on the weekend. She hit my phone, it's a party on the weekend. I tell her, bring your friends in, girl, I'ma bring my friends. Casamigos or Patron, what we drinking. I'm kinda lit in the party, look, it got me leaning. Girl, I see your body moving right. Slim waist and your dress tight, moving that waistline. So tell me what you wanna do tonight. We can take it there and not waste time. I'm feeling you and your vibe. Back to the crew, we making movies. Getting crazy all up in the sheets. Got you moving like a freak. Baby girl, it's just you and me. The mother bitches, they just groupies. Them niggas can't compare to me. Baby girl, let's just party on the weekend. Tell your friends, hit the party on the weekend. I'm feeling you and I don't wanna be your friend. What I'm trying to say is, girl, I wanna be your man. Let's party on the weekend. She said, nigga, come through to spend some time on the weekend. I'm not sure, no, don't even want the pussy, I don't need it. Let's party on the weekend. The weekend, yeah. You got a sexy body, yeah. Girl, you got it. Wind your body, wind your body. Casamigos, Hennessy. Balenciaga's on your feet, yeah. You so damn sexy, yeah, babe. I know that's crazy. Got me like, yeah. Got me like, yeah. Got me like, yeah. You got a sexy body, yeah. Girl, you got it. Wind your body, wind your body. Casamigos, Hennessy. Balenciaga's on your feet, yeah. You so damn sexy, baby. I know that's crazy. Got me like, yeah.
All right. So yeah, that once again, dynamic track. The clarity was there. I loved the vibe. I thought it sounded great. One thing on the hook, there was like a vocal. It seemed like it was panned to the right. I'm not necessarily sure that it was probably the best approach to put that one more so panned to the right. I probably would have still kind of centered it some, but turned it down a little bit, simply because normally you want to hear that main lead vocal in the center. And then you kind of, or somewhat in the center, but then anytime you hear just like a different harmony or something like that, I would normally like to hear that in both ears. So when you only have one vocal and it's a different key or it's a different note, again, that psychological thing on the music side, it kind of forces me to listen to the lead and then listen to what he's trying to say over here and listen to what he's trying to say over here. But I think overall, when you start to hear things in doubles in a stereo image, then you kind of get that full, I don't want to use the word surround sound, but that's what it's like for me. You can actually get that surround sound feeling when I hear harmonies and they hit together in this ear or another ear, or whatever the case may be. But the track was jumping. The track was dope. Loved the vibe. Like, you know, it's not every day that I hear music like that. And then on top of it, having it mix well is a whole nother plus. So that was a dope track for sure. For sure. Your ear is immaculate because it was to the right. But yes, you're right. Yeah, man, it was dope though, hands down. It was dope. Hey, you know what? Something that I thought about doing the other day. Man, I'm still thinking about doing it right now. I'm thinking about like legitimately going to like a website and like pulling up some old music. Like Noda, if anybody on here got like some old music that they've done in the past and you want me to kind of check it out, then don't hesitate. Don't be afraid. Let me check it out because I got some music that I done 10 years ago, whatever the case may be, that I would be kind of embarrassed to let people hear, but you just never know. You never know. But I'm thinking about doing it right now. Let me see. I'm thinking about just going to check out some old tracks of mine and see what y'all think. Maybe y'all can judge songs that I've done in the past and see what y'all think. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and do that because I think that's going to be pretty interesting. So what I'm going to do is don't judge no video work. What I'm going to do is just go in and I'm going to go play some of my old tracks because that's something that's going to kind of keep me in the zone right now. Probably need to make this a little bit smaller. All right. Let's go check out one of my old tracks.
Can help you write quickly and confidently, so you never have
We're going to check out a couple. Okay.
Instant corrections make your writing mistake-free, while keeping it short.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and
United Destiny.
Go ahead and throw it at me.
Productions.
Hopefully y'all can see it. Let me know if you can see it. Yeah, send it for sure.
Is Chris here?
Yeah, he's in the booth. You can take a seat if you want to.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
This feels too good to be true. Girl, I wanna be with you, that is no doubt. But my compromise in your stubborn ways. Somehow we balance out, arguing, talk it out. Thinking about you, I don't know what else. I'm curious, what make us so serious? You're ambitious and I'm driven. You're motivated, I'm dedicated. You can be obsessive, I can be possessive. Tell me which one of your sons match best with mine. Tell me if you're ready to make love. Looking up a horoscope just to see if you're compatible with mine. I'm looking for my better half right now. I'm not sure if it's worth fighting for right now. I'm looking for the answer to my question, but I'm hoping we fit. Tell me what's inside. Tell me what would you be? Would you be a freak in the sheets? Would you put it down? Make it magical. Tell me what would you be? Accepted. Would it be superficial? Would it be maybe patience or some loyalty? Oh, I know things ain't gonna be perfect, but it's something that we gotta work through, and it's something that we gotta do if we gon' make this thing work. And if I call you to argue, I just wanna talk to you. Tell me which one of your sons match best with mine. Tell me if you're ready to make love. Looking up a horoscope just to see if you're compatible with mine. I'm looking for my better half right now. I'm not sure if it's worth fighting for right now. I'm looking for the answer to my question, but I'm hoping we fit. Tell me what's inside. Taurus, Pisces. Tell me which one.
Okay. Hey, so that was one of my tracks. I could have played the whole thing, But I'm gonna go back even further. I don't I don't know how to feel about it right now, but you know, we will see. Hey, make sure you send me that track right now, cause yeah, for sure. Let me see something. Let me see. I don't know if it's like, I don't know if it's on Reverb Nation or if it's like SoundCloud. I'm not really sure. I don't think Indescribable was I don't think that was a bad track. I actually think Indescribable was probably one of my favorite. Okay, so before I listen to mine, I'm gonna go listen to yours, and then I'll come back. I'll come back to mine. All right, here we go. Let's hear it.
Clásica junto a DJ, the news record, one more time. And this production, you know how it is. Let's go. Remix.
Cuántas veces yo he querido, amor, tocar tu piel, sentirte lentamente, mami, como la miel. Yo sé que a tus sentimientos tú no eres fiel. Yo sé que tú me amas a mí y no a él. Y aunque digas que tu vida llegue tarde, pero solo es una cosa que tú me correspondes. Desde que era chico, chica, yo a ti te amo. Recuerdo que el paseo, allí fue que nos besamos. Allá fuimos a circular, allí fue que nos amamos. Nos dimos unos besos, aquel rico nos sentimos. Pero mami, sigo aquí, reclamando por tu amor, esperando el día para darte una flor. Cuánto te deseo, cuánto quiero estar contigo. Y yo sé que me deseas y que quieres estar conmigo. Pasar una noche debajo de la luna y gritar al mundo entero que llegaremos en el cala.
Y no sé si tú sientes lo que siento, pues ven conmigo y vivamos el momento. Y olvidemos lo que está sucediendo. A pesar de la distancia te sigo queriendo. Y no sé si tú sientes lo que siento, pues ven conmigo y vivamos el momento. Y olvidemos lo que está sucediendo. A pesar de la distancia te sigo queriendo. Quiero decirte que te quiero tener, pero no sé cómo hacerlo ya que te fallé. Estando en tus brazos en otra yo pensé, rogándole a Diosito que no te fuera a perder. No sé cómo evitarlo, simplemente quiero superarlo. Tenerte junto a mí una vez más, decirte que te amo, baby, esa es la verdad. Y no sé si tú sientes lo que siento, pues ven conmigo y vivamos el momento. Y olvidemos lo que está sucediendo. A pesar de la distancia te sigo queriendo. Y no sé si tú sientes lo que siento, pues ven conmigo y vivamos el momento. Y olvidemos lo que está sucediendo. A pesar de la distancia te sigo queriendo.
A pesar de la distancia, mami, te sigo queriendo. Por la noche, por el día, en ti estoy pensando cómo tenerte a mi lado. Sentirte bien profundo, apretando mi pecho. Tener hogar estrecho y tener muchos hijitos. Verás que esto es bonito, pero lamentablemente no te tengo presente. Aquí, frente a frente, decirte que te amo y que te llevo en mi mente. Wow.
Y no sé si tú sientes lo que siento, pues ven conmigo y vivamos el momento. Y olvidemos lo que está sucediendo. A pesar de la distancia te sigo queriendo. Y no sé si tú sientes lo que siento, pues ven conmigo y vivamos el momento. Y olvidemos lo que está sucediendo. A pesar de la distancia te sigo queriendo. No te clasifica.
The news record.
one more time. You know who it is. Yeah. Wow.
Bro, you got me bro, you got me weak right now. I mean, for the most part, the track wasn't that bad. Like, if I just got to be 100, the track wasn't that bad. You know, it was still a vibe, you know, overall. I think for the most part, you know, like I could still hear what you were doing vocally. You know, even with the mixing wasn't even terrible. I think the only thing, you know, as far as what you were doing, what you're singing, I think your ad libs were kind of like louder than your lead vocal. But other than that, man, it really wasn't that bad. But what did send me was when the girl disappeared and the facial expression he made, bro. That had me, bro. That had me about to get up out of this seat, man, because that shit was hella funny, man. That was extremely funny, for real. But I mean, overall, the track was dope, man. The track was dope. I think. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let's check out. So this is a track I got called Indescribable. It was probably this track was about 8 years ago. I probably should have did more with this track. I just didn't. It's overall a good song and a different side of me, but, you know, we'll see. So let's check it out.
You are indescribable. Hey, y'all help me out with this one. Come on. Whoa, yeah. Loving you. It ain't never been easy, but I'm loving you, no doubt. And loving you is all I've been breathing, and there is no running out. Words can't express the feeling I'm feeling deep down inside. I know that you're the one. Help me explain it. Oh, I can't contain it. The love I feel for you is indescribable. Indescribable. See, in my brighter day, when everything in my life falls apart, oh, you know how to make it much better. You take away my pain. Baby, I don't ever want it to change. Words can't express the feeling I'm feeling deep down inside. I know that you're the one.
Man, let me just say right off the bat, that song was like 8 years ago. So I don't know. I'm gonna be realistic. Like, matter of fact, I even show you on the screen, so you know I'm not playing. So you know I'm not playing. I'm just as nervous as everybody else to go back and, like, you know, even for that song to be like 8 years ago, I think it still sounded, you know, pretty good. But like, you have to understand, like, this is it's legitimately like a growth thing for me. Like, I got some tracks on here, because I don't want to just play mine. Like, I want to play. I even got an old one of yours, and then matter of fact, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do some mixes of client stuff that I did as well. So, you know, that's gonna make it. I'm gonna be absolutely hard on myself, but let's check it out, because I know that these mixes aren't gonna be as good as what I do now, but for the time that I did do the mixes. I just want to see, if they were pretty good. So y'all go ahead. If you're watching still, just go ahead and rate some of this stuff. Okay. This is Fly Guy. This is an artist that I mixed for. And this one was about 8 years ago. It's probably longer than that. I probably uploaded it 8 years ago, but check it out.
Yo. It's Fly Guy, baby. Check me out. This how I get down. This how I get down. Let me show you how. Let me show you now. This how I get down. This how I get down. Boy, I run the town, so I'ma need the crown. Boy, I am so gifted, ain't got shit to do with Christmas. I don't call it blowing no more, man, I call it getting lifted. Down. The whip is super fast, I ain't used to getting tickets. Throw a snapback on the burner, now it look just like a midget. Down. I swear it's not a game, I change clothes more than Peter Parker, Clark Kent, and Bruce Wayne on a bad day. Yeah. I ain't a witch, I just let her ride my broomstick. She like to bust a lot, that's why I call her two clips. Down. And all of these hoes know I'm sharper than a toothpick. And to please all of their ass, I would need 2 dicks. Yeah. That's why I'm on my one woman man shit. And these goofies is paranoid, so claustrophobic. Cause one of my homies probably laying pipe to your chick. That's why she making up shit, telling you her ass sick. Down. Meanwhile, I'm producing like a first round draft pick. Talk slick and you can get your motherfucking ass kicked. This how I get down. This how I get down. Let me show you how. Let me show you now. This how I get down. This how I get down. Boy, I run the town, so I'ma need the crown. Where you from is not a hood if people go there to vacation. You reppin' tourist attractions, what's your fucking explanation? Diamonds as clear as bottles, it look like I hit the lotto. Horses on my garments, I guess I'm a Ralph Lauren model. My lady trying to kick in Charlie's Angels full throttle. I'm about to dive in her pool, I just hope that she ain't shallow. I tell her drop that ass, and she just asks me hollow. I say low enough to let me bite that soft marshmallow. Yes, I'm so perpetual, you niggas better catch up, dude. It's sad to say you'll always come after me like the number 2. And number 2s is what I'm taking on you fools. You run up and get done up and get smoked like a pack of cools. Boy, this how I...
Yeah. Fly Guys, that... I don't know what y'all think about that track, but that dude got some bars. Like, overall, I think for the mix, like, if I just had to judge myself honestly, I think the mix is still pretty damn good. I would have probably went back and turned the ad-libs down just a little bit, but that's just me, really nitpicking at it. But for the most part, I think the clarity was there. I think the beat was still punchy. I think the space was there. Like what do y'all think? That's really what I want to hear. I want to know what y'all think. What did that particular mix sound like? Let me see, because next week I think I'm gonna do an album. I'm gonna do a live video next week on tracks that I never released. I'm talking about like a whole entire album, simply because I think it'd be pretty dope for you guys to kind of see where I was at in my life and my time. A lot of it is very personal, but it's really something. It's really great music that I just never put out. And I would like you to hear it. Let me see. Let me go back to, let me see, Resent. Let me see your son. God knows, my son. Let's check out this Torn track. I never put this track out. Like, I should have put this track out, but I don't know. Let me know what you think about it.
My love is lost. We lost our flame. It's not the same anymore. It's not strong. I don't think it's alive. I can feel I'm eternally bleeding inside. Oh yeah. I'm running out of time to find a doctor, 'cause I am hurt. I don't know if I'ma make it, 'cause I'm about to flatline. If it don't work, you hurt me too bad. taking over. I can't believe it would happen the way it did. You got me on a life support machine, so girl, it's time that you come clean. I do know you know what I'm gon' do. I am afraid of what is next. To me, I can't even take it no more. Somewhere we lost touch. That you've been saying to me, I can't even take it no more. You left my heart torn.
Wow, that track. I never dropped that track. But just listening to it right now, the vocals were very warm. Like I would have probably went back and added just a little bit more. Not, I don't want to say clarity, but probably a little bit more clarity in the vocals, or at least cut the beat down just a little bit more. But for the most part, I feel like the vocals, the warmness, everything hit in that track, and I thought that was okay. Like I could easily be hard on myself and just rip myself apart, you know, my mixes or whatever, because it's just one of them things. Let's check out. Let me see. I thought I saw. Okay, so this was a mix I did for Notice. I know this is probably 10 years ago.
Studios. So no, Hey, Noda, let me know how long ago this was. I think I mixed this for you probably when 2021. I think I just uploaded this 8 years ago. It's probably longer than that, but if you know, let me know.
Déjame decirte que la soledad me está matando. Lentamente el alma me está destrozando. Sé cómo fue que te fuiste tan vez. Si tú supieras que si siempre estuve así. Quiero que sepas que te extraño. Te necesito, quiero que estés a mi lado. Dime que quiero aquí, quiero verte, tocar tu piel, tenerte frente a frente. Pero tú sabes que fui yo. Que te supo amar y cuidar. Siempre estuve ahí, pendiente para ti. Y ahora tú te vas de aquí. Y fui yo. Que te supo amar y cuidar. Siempre estuve ahí, pendiente para ti. Y ahora tú te vas de aquí. Si no quedan recuerdos de lo que te vi, de lo que siento, baby, sabes que eres para mí. Lindo, mi sol, solo quise darte amor. Y no me dejaste hacer lo que extraño. Come back, extraño. Come back, extraño. Come back, dime si volverás, si volverás. Extraño. Come back, extraño. Come back, extraño. Come back, dime si volverás. Que te supo amar y cuidar. Siempre estuve ahí, pendiente para ti. Y ahora tú te vas de aquí.
Yeah, these are some definite old mixes. Even this one, let's check this out. This is one I did for somebody a long time ago. This guy was pretty lit too.
Yeah. Listen to this motherfucking shit right here. Yo, what up, Toonie? Yeah. Thanks for the motherfucking beat to rip. Give me that motherfucking instrumental with that sound. Let me act now and put my foot up these whack clowns. I'ma have to lay them down on the ground with they back down. Hear they brain matter splattering in the background. That's what I do with them. No, it ain't nothing new to them. I screw with them. I take them to school and I'm fucking through with them. I murder the beats too many times. Unlike the phony MC who has no clue any rhymes, I'm different than that. If and in fact you were to rip and rap, you wouldn't be able to spit it as gifted as that. I come in ways you've never seen before. You would think he's bored with all the beats he's torn. Say my name 3 times. See if I don't appear in your mirror as a spirit with 3 spines. Dangling from my fist, human skulls on the tips, patiently waiting up for years on the necks. Don't say my name, cause if you do, I'll kill you. Don't say my name, cause if you do, I'll kill you. Never say my name, cause if you do, I'll kill you. Bitch, I will kill you. Motherfucker, I'll kill you. Don't say my name, cause if you do, I'll kill you. Don't say my name, cause if you do, I'll kill you. Never say my name, cause if you do, I'll kill you. Bitch, I will kill you. Motherfucker, I'll kill you. I'm a scary individual when I flow. Hit you with a blow so bad you be itching to know if it was real or not. Like in a film or plot out of a movie, but it was truly real and spilled your thoughts. I'm crazy. I'm the most psychotic around with the craziest beats and the most hypnotical sound. I cut a bitch's tits off and toss them around. Then I put them on and wear them while I'm walking around. Listen, don't make it a competition. I don't wanna see you end up with the mortician.
Talk about one of the craziest artists I'll probably ever mix for. That dude has some lyrics. Crazy lyrics. Let's check this one out.
$5 a.m. in the city of Christ, where there's a lot of fake niggas talking they got white, talking like they ballin', talking my gear tight, but ain't got shit to show for it, still peddling bikes. Funny, right? Yeah, I know, but fuck it though. I just don't know how to tell these niggas that they record slow. I feel like a scientist mixing all these chemicals. The way I mix my tracks and my verses are so cynical. No time for the bullshit. I'ma wake these niggas up. I swear when I reach a milli, that shit won't even be good enough. Hustle like my pocket's a black hole. Deep as fuck, I'm chasing the money. You anorexic, you don't need enough. Hold up, I'ma show these niggas how to do it. Come up rhyming, real shit, and yeah, I spit it fluent. Classes in session and all of y'all niggas truant. All of y'all sound the same, all of y'all congruent, but I stay real, so I know I'm felt. And if you test me, you will be a notch on my belt. You drop how many tapes and not one on my shelf? Part of my interruption, I'll excuse myself, because I'm throwing up. These niggas make me sick, they talking like they blowing up. They talk all of the beef shit, but they never showing up. They say they spit, but on the spot they just be choking up. Now what the fuck is up?
Okay, so now we're gonna make a quick change. Now we're gonna switch it over to some stuff that I've been doing more recently. Okay, so let's go ahead, just because I kind of want to show some of these artists some love or whatever. So this is a chick named Oslin. She is very, very dope. I believe she's on YouTube, so be sure to go check her channel out. But this was a song that I mixed and mastered for her, and leave me some comments and let me know what you think. If you're watching, if you just tuned in and you just want to show me love, that's cool. Okay, let's do it.
I'ma try to do this right, cause I've been here before. I just wanna make sure I'm not repeating what I've been through. Don't wanna bring my baggage into. Makes me high every time I think of you. Then I gotta admit I low-key felt your vibe, and I liked what you put down. I'm ready for it now. Saying all the things I wanna hear, and I can't turn away, can't turn away. Think I'll risk a heartbreak for the year, cause I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid. I'll live and learn, I'll live and learn. If this don't work, this don't work, no, I can't stay, I can't stay. Afraid to fall, maybe in love, love, maybe love, love, maybe in love. No, I'm not trying to stand the night, but you're making it real hard. Why? You got me wanting you more. Yeah, you're showing me up, but my mind is out there, proving to me what you really packed in. Don't drink a lot, but you're making me wanting your shot of your energy. Makes me high every time I think of you. Then I gotta admit I low-key felt your vibe, and I liked what you put down. I'm ready for it now. Saying all the things I wanna hear, and I can't turn.
Say her, man, her voice is dope. Like she's dope. She's definitely dope for sure. Let's check out another artist that I mixed something for called, his name is Simi Otto. I believe he's on YouTube as well. Let's check it out.
It's up over you.
You may want to try something.
I keep a chopper for this occasion, cause they be hating. I run up, pop them and leave them shaking. My baby wait. If they survive it, then it's amazing. They must have said you had time to apologize. Now I ain't playing. I don't like to get violent, but he tried. I ain't got no time to be fighting. Niggas die. He was talking, but now I'm buying. The niggas silent. I be stepping and I be sliding. Them niggas hiding. I know that you got a baby buyer, but I done stepped up and I wiped her. I keep a pipe on me, call me Roddy Piper. I ain't got no problem doing time with the lifer. You could come and get your daughter anytime, a nigga be respectful. I spent this 38 to show you that you ain't special. Fuck a gun, I drop your ass with this McGregor left over. And then I tell my baby, girl, it's up over you. It's up over you. Let a nigga play with my boo. It'll be up over you. It's up over you. It's up over you. Let a nigga play with my boo. Let it be.
Okay, nice track. Let's check out another track called Moonshine by Jance. I believe he's on YouTube as well. So if any of these artists that you like, just go follow him, show him love.
I'm here, you saying you buzzing. I got a few hives, and I ain't stand for nothing. I gotta use time wisely, and I don't care if you don't like me, man. Who gon' fight me? It's game time, so I threw on Nikes. My crew on icy, the Mighty Ducks. Who want hockey? So many goals and hat tricks. Move on by me. Who gon' sign me? Matter of fact, I'm too darn pricey. So much money, who got it for me? Who gon' bribe me? I told you to FaceTime, and now you gon' Skype me? I'm on some Capricorn shit, ma, and you on Pisces. So I got a Scorpio that make a food on spicy. And it's funny how my lingo really grew on wifey. Get the moonshine.
Okay, let's check out I Like
girl, where you going?
by Opine. I believe he's on YouTube as well.
Get on the, you finna get on the floor and dance. For real.
I like the way that ass be shaking. You don't hear it? I like the way that ass be shaking. Oh, you don't hear it? I like the way that ass be shaking. You don't see all this money that ass could be making? You don't see it? I like the way that ass be shaking. Oh, you don't hear it? I like the way that ass be shaking. Oh, you don't hear it? I like the way that ass be shaking. You don't see all this money that ass could be making? You don't see it? It's something about the way she be moving. DJ keep playing that music. She told a lot back there like a U-Haul. A whole crew thick, I'm going with U-Haul. Let's go. That ass keep on eating them panties. Let her eat like she butt naked out here dancing. How she throw it? Throw it. Throw that ass in a circle, got them pussy lips showing. You know it. I like the way that ass be shaking. You don't hear it? I like the way that ass be shaking. Oh, you don't hear it? I like the way that ass be shaking. You don't see all this money that ass can be making? You don't see it? I like the way that ass be shaking. Oh, you don't hear it? I like the way that ass be shaking. Oh, you don't hear it? I like the way that ass be shaking. You don't see all this money that ass can be making? You don't see it?
So that's Opine. Let's check out Shell Marie. She's on YouTube as well, so check her out.
Ooh, yeah. Great is thy faithfulness. Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. My heart longs for you. My soul thirsts for you, my King. All that I need, I'll find in you. My peace and joy comes from you. Although I don't understand, I'll trust in your plan, 'cause I know your ways are good. There were so many times I turned my back on you, Lord, but you never left my side. Great is thy faithfulness towards me, oh Lord. Your steadfast love for me is what I was looking for. Your steadfast love for me, yeah.
So yeah, that's Shell Marie. Dope music. And the good thing about it is a lot of the artists that I network with, you'll see that, you know, I have producer credits or arrangement credits, songwriting credits, you know, things like that with them. So I just want to be able to show, you know, a lot of these artists some love. What is that? Is it Quita? Is it Quita May? Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Hey, if you new here and you got some music, send it over so I can go ahead and, you know, play it for everybody, let everybody check it out. I probably won't be on here too much longer. Just because, I mean, I've been on here a little minute. I obviously got to get back to work, to business or whatever. But let's see. Let's check out Drasana. This was actually a collaboration track that we did. It's pretty dope, too. Different style for both of us.
Same old bitch, she be for everybody. If you let her in them streets, she gon' fuck everybody. If you try and ask about it, she won't care about it. The wife style is a lifestyle, that ain't really what she turn a hoe into no housewife. That's pretty obvious, she entertain them streets like they are her audience. Now why would you sign yourself up for that contract? You better recognize that she cold, no Klondike. She a player, you the baller, but she playing you. She out here fucking while you trusting, you staying true. She an actress winning Emmy though, fucking off that stimmy though, claiming he a homie with her mouth up on his Jimmy though. Oh no, she said she can't be trusted. Oh no, you should never trust it. I told her what I'm feeling, and this was her rebuttal.
I gotta get the bag right now, and I know that I got you real mad right now. Always crying to your voice, you looking sad right now. You need to slow it down, we moving fast right now. Moving fast right now. You know that you tripping, you sweating me, you sweating. You say I'm doing this and that, but you be letting me, you letting me. Don't call me on my name, you disrespecting me. I'm in the streets right now, cause the money's where I wanna be. I'm the player, you the baller, I'm not playing you. Not out here fucking, and I'm loyal, and I'm staying true. You be selfish with your money, selfish with your money. So I gotta get my own and stack them hundreds. Oh no, I know I can't be trusted. Oh no, well you better trust it. I told him what I'm feeling, he had no rebuttal.
All right, so check it out. Let me see. She just sent a track in, so let's just go ahead and check it out. As I stated before, just in case you weren't in here earlier, I'm gonna try to give everything like a free, honest critique. So let me make sure that I'm doing this right. Clear that inbox, okay, and then let's go ahead and I believe that I'm sure you sent it to this email, so let's pull it up one more time just in case it doesn't refresh itself. All right, so check it out. This is, let me know if I'm saying your name wrong. Quita May, I believe. Let's go ahead and check it out, okay? As I stated, I try to give everybody honest feedback, and it's all going to be constructive criticism, so just bear with me on that. I'm not here to tear anybody down. I'm here to help everybody get better.
808
Boss shit.
It's a rapper beat, bitch.
DJ Flair, make the money flare.
He say he want a 5-foot cutie, bad yellow bitch with the right size booty. He say he delete shit like Boosie when he in a coochie. Told him I'm a ghetto baby, I got throw crazy. Must be the activist that got him thinking crazy. Don't be mad, you know you gotta drop out before you put your hands in the honey pot. Cause I fuck, feed him and leave him. Back to the dugout, dick goes in, money comes out. Only thing true is my cat and my hands out. I'm a greedy bitch, I'm always needing shit. Money make me happy. So baby, treat me like your daughter, cause you my pappy. And you know I'm a little nice, nasty, spending money. It's my forever bad habit. Don't be shysty, baby. I know you got that money. Just keep that money coming, and I'm gon' drive you crazy. I can't be your lady, with some racks with a whole lot of swag that'll pop a nigga ass if he wanna act bad. He's a cutie, he's Ken and I'm Barbie. Proud that he by me. I behave cause I know he gon' spoil me. He know I'm his trophy. New Ferraris, I love how he spoil me. Brand new house just so I can shit in. Brand new watch, a lot of ice, don't even ask me how this hoe spin. Spending money is a habit, so if you shiesty, you better not try me. I don't give a fuck, I need a key to make it rain when I twerk. We in the club with the verse, high off that girl, and you know I'm in the bitch looking pretty off the purse. Spend that money, nigga. Don't be shiesty, baby. I know you got that money. Spend that money, just nigga. Keep that money coming, and I'm gon' drive you crazy. Spend that money, nigga. I can't be your lady, but you can be my favorite. Spend that money, nigga. Don't be shiesty, baby. I know you got that money.
Hey, check it out. I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, I think it's a dope track. I love your energy. I love your presence. I love your delivery. That was something, in my opinion, you know, I never discriminate when it comes to female or male artists when it comes to rapping. I just feel like, you know, when you are going to be a female artist, you got to bring that energy. You got to bring something that people can really vibe to. And I feel like what you brought to the table was energetic. It was very artistic. I love the energy that you had on the track in general. And then the beat, it went well with the beat. I just feel like the concept that you were talking about, it kind of took me to a place to where I was able to really imagine what you were talking about, explicit or not. You know, I respect it. I love it in general. I think as far as the beat, there was that particular sound effect that was kind of hitting in the back. It was like really loud. It was jumping out. Let me try to see if I can go back to finding it.
I know you got give a fuck. I need a key to make it rain when I twerk. We in the club with the verse, high off that girl, and you know I'm in the bitch looking pretty off the purse. Spend that money, nigga. Don't be shiesty, baby. I know you got that money. Spend that money, just nigga. Keep that money coming, and I'm gon' drive you crazy. Spend that money, nigga.
That, whatever that is in the background, if you can go back, I'll probably just take that out or probably just cut it down because it's so loud and distracting. Like it legitimately jumps out of the mix and I feel like it's not necessary. It's not needed. So that's what I would fix as far as that. But as far as your vocals, I feel like it has the right amount of reverb. It's not too much. It fits perfect with the song. And I do love the stereo image of what I'm actually hearing with you vocally. So it's not just like you in the center. I'm actually hearing things in the stereo image, left and right channel, which really adds to the feel and the clarity and the punch of the actual track. So I think you hit the hammer on the nail with that. If you happen to have, you know, any more music that you want to submit, I would love to hear another track. You know, because I'm very interested in your artistry and who you are as an artist and the type of music that you put out. And, you know, I'm intrigued by it. I feel like there's a uniqueness to it and I would like to check that out. But overall, I think the track was pretty solid. I would legitimately give that probably about an 8.5 out of 10. That was a very solid track for sure. Yeah. If you want to send it over, go ahead and send it over for sure. Clarity, everything with the track, you know, your vocals, you're very present. I didn't have to struggle to hear what you were saying. I thought it was clean. I thought it was a nice, clean track for sure. Just take that one instrument out or, you know, cut it down. Everything else is pretty good. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. Let me see. I think I want to make sure I didn't miss any tracks. Okay, I heard that one. I heard that guy. Okay, let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. I'm not sure. Kevo Adams. Kevo Adams, if you send me a track, I'm not really sure where it's at. You didn't attach anything. So if you want to resend it, then go ahead and resend it. But as of right now, there's nothing there. Okay, you listen music. Let's check this out. Called Night Thief.
This is a sticker, boy, put your hands up. You know I want your love, you know I need your love. Hold you for ransom, I am that banner. Boy, I'm gonna take your love, and I'm gonna do what I want. Because I come like a thief in the night, like a thief in the night. I'll be stealing your love, I'll be making you mine. Because I come like a thief in the night, like a thief in the night. I'll be stealing your love, I'll be making you mine. Don't keep it on the low, low. Ooh, baby, we can go, go. Ooh, baby, we can go, go. Don't keep it on the low, low. Don't keep it on the low, low. Ooh, baby, we can go, go. Ooh, baby, we can go, go. This is a robbery in progress. Call the coroner's office. His love plus my love. Boy, we look so flawless. I'm about to act so lawless. Without you, baby, it's hard to stay alive. Without your love, I'll die. Because I come like a thief in the night, like a thief in the night. I'll be stealing your love, I'll be making you mine. Because I come like a thief in the night, like a thief in the night. I'll be stealing your love, I'll be making you mine. Put your love in handcuffs, our love is bound. Ask Jay and Kanye who run this town. You lit the flame right from the start. Boy, you stole my heart, you better lock it down. Don't play around with this bad guy bully. For your love, I'm a killer, so you better not push me. Ran from the laws all the way till they took me. Guilty for your love, understand? Don't keep it on the low, low. Don't keep it on the low, low. Ooh, baby, we can go, go. Ooh, baby, we can go, go. Don't keep it on the low, low. Don't keep it on the low, low. Ooh, baby, we can go, go. Ooh, baby, we can go, go. Because I come like a thief in the night, like a thief in the night. I'll be stealing your love, I'll be making you mine. Because I come like a thief in the night, like a thief in the night. I'll be stealing your love, I'll be making you mine. Don't keep it on the low, low. Ooh, baby, we can go, go. Ooh, baby, we can go, go. Don't keep it on the low, low. Don't keep it on the low, low. Ooh, baby, we can go, go. Ooh, baby, we can go,
Okay, so you listen music. If you're still on here, dope track. I absolutely love your sound. I love the approach. You know, I feel like when you came in vocally, I was like, man, she has a sound and a tonality sonically that I could really get used to listening to, especially even on tracks that's more mellow R&B type stuff. So this track was just like a whole vibe. I thought it was pretty dope. It kind of gave me soundtrack vibes to, you know, a particular movie, short film, or something like that. I definitely could see this as a song placement. So that's something that you may want to look into in the future. I do also love the fact that I'm not really sure if that was you coming in rapping. I do love the change up. I feel like that really brought some flavor and some spice to the track overall. I love the effects and I love the mix as well. One thing that I will say is on the particular hook, you have like that main vocal in the center. I honestly would just double that up, or I would add some harmonies, because if I would have produced that track for you and had you in a studio recording with me, I would have had you record that lead, but then I would have also had you record some harmonies and pan them out in a stereo image to really fill that up, because I want to be able to feel that effect in that hook. And I just felt like that one single vocal, even though it had effects on there, it was just, it felt a bit thin to me. So, you know, that's something that maybe you want to think about in the future. When it comes to the hook, you definitely want to try to go for an approach to where people can really feel, because the verses 9 times out of 10 going to be more of your mellow, hey, focus on this one vocal, what this person is trying to do. But the hook, people need to be able to really get into the song and really feel it. Lyrically, the beat, everything was a nice vibe. I love the effects. I think it really brought out your art, your artistry and your creativity as an artist. It made you stand out different, because if you would have took a lot of those effects away, the track would have still been good, but it just would, it wouldn't have had, I guess you can say it wouldn't have had like that particular vibe that really was like reeling me in. I think the effects and your vocals and your tonality all together really, reeled me in overall as a track. So I think that's a great job. You are another talented artist that I'm super shocked by. Shout out to all the women on the live right now, submitting your songs, because I think it's great to see women really stepping up to the plate and bringing out some hot music. I know I work with tons of, talented artists, and I feel like a lot of them, the majority of the time, the women they be going in. They got a particular style and sound that it's like, yo, nobody else can emulate this. Nobody can do what you do because your sound is so unique. I definitely love your whole vibe and your whole presence. So just keep doing what you're doing. If you have anything more, I would love to subscribe to your channel and check out your music in the future, and, possible collaborations with some of you one of these days. Okay. Let me go ahead and check. Let me see. What do we got? Okay. So I see Quita May. Okay. So let me jump to somebody that I haven't had a chance to check out. Okay, Kevin Adam. Not sure what's going on with that particular track. Oh, you sent me a zip file. Let me see what this one is. Okay, I mean, I don't know if they're gonna open. I might have something to unzip it, but I definitely recommend that everybody send me just your regular MP3 or WAV files. Let me see, because this is probably going to be like a little zip file, and I'm not really sure.
Take a look at weather forecast now.
More cash flow, smoking more weed, get them tobacco. Big bag of green, yeah, with some alcohol. Moving weight, nigga, yeah, like I'm Alpo. Difference is I kept my mouth closed and my neck shiny with something down froze. Investments, nigga, even musical downloads that I gave for free. Now my material, you gotta pay your fee. My music equipment didn't came for free. Oh, a 9 to 5, nigga, I was ducking the agency. Yeah, the one with the badges, the one that show up at your spot. You with the blue and red light flashing. I move like the Flash before shit start flashing. My foot in the gas before questions start asking. They said to save up, yo, this shit ain't never lasting. Get a business plan. Now I'm selling records, I'm a businessman. Same old habit, got piff in hand. Still escorting that white girl, yeah, to a different man.
I got some money on me, baby. Bitches going crazy. Yeah. I got some miscommunication. How you gonna disobey me? You been acting brand new on this show. New mutation, hey. I heard it through the grapevine. You heard it from the great one. I'm tryna have a great time, baby. How much to pay me? I see you tryna stay calm. Go ahead, baby, embrace it. Yeah, go ahead, baby, embrace it. Go ahead, baby, embrace it. Go ahead, baby, go ahead, baby, go ahead, baby, embrace it. Go ahead, baby, embrace it. Go ahead, baby, go ahead, baby, go ahead, baby, embrace it. Oh, I know she ain't basic. Mafia relations. Oh, she poppy, baby. So she gotta be dangerous. Or God sent me an angel. Ooh, she hot like volcano. Sitting pretty features dangling at the top of the rainbow. I got Glocks, I got ammo. I just now cocked the hammer. I gotta drop these bangers. Don't wanna pop these, no. Shotguns like Tokyo. More funds I'm focused on. Overcome, overall. Gotta get it all, you already know. Yeah, I got some money on me, baby.
Thank you.
Bitches going crazy. Yeah.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
I got some miscommunication. How you gonna disobey me? You been acting brand new on this show. New mutation, hey. I heard it through the grapevine. You heard it from the great one. I'm trying to have a great time, baby, how much to pay me? I see you trying to stay calm, go ahead, baby, embrace it. Yeah, go ahead, baby, embrace it. Go ahead, baby, embrace it. Go ahead, baby, go ahead, baby, go ahead, baby, embrace it. Go ahead, baby, embrace it. Go ahead, baby, go ahead, baby, go ahead, baby, embrace it. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So let me go back here. Let me make sure that it's just not gonna, play it again or whatever. Okay, so for the most part, my honest critique for that track was I love the beginning of the track. I love the first verse. I love the vibe. I loved how mellow it was. I don't know if the guy is called Black or Six Black, or I'm not really sure what his name is, but whatever his name is, it kind of gave me those the mellow vibes, and I really could dig that. And then I got kind of like the J. Cole, mellow vibes with it within the beginning. But then whatever changed in the transition with the flanger effect and the chorus effect and really the EQ that changed on that hook and then that next verse that came after that, I feel like it took away from the entire vibe of what was going on with the track. And I honestly, if I would have been, the one mixing and mastering and producing you guys as artists, then I would have completely kept it different, or more so the same of what you were doing in the beginning. But that second half, it completely changed the vibe for me. I didn't really dig that, it kind of gave me it kind of made me feel like if J. Cole was collaborating in the beginning of the song and then all of a sudden he decided to get Future on a song. That's the kind of vibes that I got. And I just feel like two artists like that, they just don't mix, they don't blend. So that wouldn't have been my favorite collaboration, if you will. Or maybe if we just could have took the second artist or the second approach or deliverance on that track and kind of made it a different tempo style. It just didn't work out for me, unfortunately. But it doesn't mean that it's not, a good track. It's just not my cup of tea. There would be some things that I would go back and change. But if anything, take the flanger effects and stuff off the second verse because it completely changes the whole vibe of the track and it doesn't match with what's going on with the first verse. So other than that, I thought the lyrics was dope, especially the first verse. I don't even think the lyrics in the second verse was bad at all. Like I said, it's just the direction and the deliverance really kind of changed what was going on in the track, and that kind of didn't move me. So good job on the track anyways. Thank you for submitting that. And I'm gonna kind of move on to the next track. If anybody else thought that it was good or whatever, leave them some constructive criticism so that they can grow as artists in general. And hopefully everybody here is open to what's being said. You don't have to take it. You don't have to accept it. Everything is subjective and it's kind of a perspective thing. It's really personal preference. But I say if you got some type of experience, then, I'm just trying to give you some helpful feedback. And I do have experience a lot across the board. So I'm just trying to give you some helpful tips. But nobody here has to accept anything that I'm saying. You can completely trash it and continue to do what you're doing. Or you can make some adjustments and then see how people feed off of it. All right. So good job on that. Let me go ahead and check. Let me see. Okay. Let me make sure that I didn't. Okay, so Quita May, which one do you feel, in your opinion, that you would like me to play? Email. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, for sure. Yeah, and I really appreciate everybody here just kind of being open to, like I said, the feedback, because, again, my approach is not to tear anybody down. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to do that for nobody. And I'm not saying that everything that I'm saying is going to be completely right or something that you want to hear. But it's just food for thought, something that you can kind of consider and take and grow and see how well it benefits you in the future. But I really appreciate everybody here kind of being open to taking the constructive criticism, because that's what it's about here. We all want to grow. We all want to get better. And that's the goal here. It's not to tear anybody down or make them feel like their music is not worthy You are the artist. Your music is your art. So nobody can really tell you how to express it, but it's just how you express it is going to send a message to people and help people understand who you are and what you're about musically or as a person in general. So music is a great way to express ourselves to people. And if we do it the wrong way, then people get the wrong impression about us. But if we do it, in a way to where people really understand us, then they get to know us on a deeper level. And I think that's the ultimate goal. Okay. Let me see. Maybe the Foolish song. That's my only song. Okay, so let me see. Okay, so she's singing on this one. So let's check this one out.
I can't even look at you right now. Love, money, fame, foolish of me, foolish of you, foolish of me, foolish of you. What a shame, shame on you, shame on me. Love, money, fame. What can I do? What can I say? I'm a fool. Applause due to you. So many signs I was blind, I couldn't see forward. You told me you love me in everything you do. You do it for us, but where were you when they were chiming in, robbing my melody? Ooh, it was you, foolish of me. You nothing that you claim to be, my twin flame, my everything. I saw you, I saw me. What a change, never felt so much pain. Love, money, fame. What a shame, so many signs I was blind, I couldn't see forward. You say that you love me, things you do is for us, but where were you when they was chiming in, robbing my melody? Ooh, it was you, foolish of me. I was a fool for you, dangerous in love. He's a thug, I'm in love. My love was blind, somebody help. I laugh with you, I cry for you, I pray for you. Ooh, I search for you, God know the truth. I pray to God, God see you through. I will laugh for you, maybe even die for you. You, look at me, tell me what you see when you look at me. Are you proud? You made a fool out of me. All those promises never came true. You trade me in for money, babe. Love, money, fame. What a shame. Love, money, fame. What a shame. Foolish of you, foolish of me. What a shame. Shame on you, shame on me. Love, money, fame. What a shame. Applause go to you. Ooh, love, money, fame. What a shame. Love, money, fame.
Okay, so right off the bat, not bad. I love the direction I love the change up from what you did on a rap song and then changing it to the R&B style thing. And then not only that, the melody and the chords that you chose in that particular beat was really good. I think you have a unique sound. That's first and foremost. I think your sound is very unique. And, I feel like you can really do a lot of great things vocally as an artist, because it's not just like, hey, some random person getting on a track. Like, you have a unique style that stands out. As far as the things that I feel like you definitely need to fix on a particular track, number one, the beat. What I talked about earlier was I brought up something about you have to be able to find balance in your music. So if there's a lot going on in the beat, sometimes it can be too distracting. So there was like all kind of different leads and different things going on in the beat that was like really distracting to where I couldn't even focus on you vocally because so much instrumentation is going on and it's not needed. there has to be times where people need to take out certain instruments and let the vocal, you as the artist, be the lead and allow the other instruments to complement you and what you're doing in a track. But that particular track with that beat, everything going on with the leads and things in there, and plus what you were trying to do vocally, everything was just really clashing, and it wasn't helping you stand out as an artist. So if I were you, I would go back, take some of those instruments out of the beat, or find something a little bit more mellow that still fits that tempo. Okay. The second thing that I feel is I love the way you were, kind of singing your particular style. But what I noticed most was your not your presence, but your delivery. Your timing and your delivery was kind of off. Whether you missed a mark or, you didn't hit those particular beats like you needed to. It was just kind of seeming like some vocals were a little bit early, some vocals were a little bit late based off your delivery. So if you tighten that up a little bit, I think you could also get a better sound out of this particular track. This track has potential, but it would just need some work. And then also, the track doesn't sound full enough. It's just more so you and what you're doing through the track, and it seems like the vocal is getting drowned out by the beat. So a little bit more leveling, taking out some of the instrumentation, and then working on your actual delivery, then I think this track can be a worthy track. There was something that you were doing here. Let me see if I can go back to it.
Told me you love me in everything you do. You do it for us, but where were you when they were chiming in, robbing my melody? It was you, foolish of me. You nothing that you claim to be, my twin flame. It was you, foolish of me. You nothing that you claim.
Like, I would have probably took it a approach to where you could kind of like deliver it like that versus the slow kind of off timing type thing. I feel like it would have been more of a swag or a delivery to where you can kind of, present the words a little bit faster on certain parts. But other than that, I feel like, the track has potential. It's just, there's so much going on in the instrumentation with the instrumental that it just kind of drowns you out completely. And I feel like I was more so listening to a beat than you. So if you can go back to the drawing board and fix that, I think everything else would be good. All right. So everybody else, just make sure that you show her some love and give her some constructive criticism because, I'm pretty sure she would be open to that. And if you guys heard something that I didn't hear, then go ahead and share it in the feed and the chat as well so she can clean that up. But I definitely love where she was going with that for sure. Oh, yeah, you can hear. I mean, you can definitely hear the emotion behind it. That's why I said, like, maybe, I don't know, maybe we can try to revamp that track. Maybe we can do something, tidy up a couple of things, try to produce a different beat or do something else to make it to where that stands out. Because if that's one of those emotional broken songs, I want to make sure that people really get that message. And with all that stuff going on in a particular track, as far as the instrumental, it was like taking away of that emotional feel because it was drowning you out. Now, if I had to, if this song was called Drowning Me Out, and the mix was like that, then I would understand what you're trying to say in a song. I'm feeling drowned out because, I feel like I'm being underwater, in my relationship or my situation with such and such. And I feel like I'm dying, whatever the case may be. Like, there are certain things that you can do mixing wise to really relay your message. But I just feel that particular case, it was more so just kind of drowning you out. So, but still dope track. You still got a dope sound. For sure. Let me see. Okay, so I'm gonna probably check out just 2 more tracks, and then what I'm gonna do is probably get off this live so I can get back to work. Got to mix for clients, etc. Edit videos. I'm going to try to do this at least maybe twice a week. I'm hoping twice a week. And like I said, I'm going to be doing it like a donation thing as well. So if you guys want to donate to me and help support me so I can continue to do this, I'm going to be giving you guys some real honest feedback, some things that's going to make your song better. I guarantee it. If you go to any other industry professional, they are probably going to give you the same feedback that I'm giving you. It's just because experience. I know dealing with people exactly what these things have popped up in numerous obsessions, and you just know, what will be good for our artists and what isn't good for our artists. So if you guys would like to support me and want me to do this more on the channel, then please hit that subscribe button if you're new here. And then if you're not, like I said, if you want to donate, then go ahead and donate. I'll have all that set up to where you can do it to my Cash App or whatever the case may be. And then also, if I'm going to be getting a lot of submissions and you want me to check out your song first before somebody else, or you want to jump ahead, then I'll have an option too, to where you can Cash App me something, or, donate money or whatever to skip ahead in the line so I can get to yours first, because that's the problem. I run into so many of these tracks, and, a lot of people want to send so many tracks, and trust me, I want to listen to all of them. I really do. But if somebody send me a whole bunch of tracks and one person only sends me one, and I kind of get lost into listening to only one person's music, then I can't get around to everybody, and I want to be able to get around to everybody. Okay, so I think I'm going to check out these last two, probably Ulissa music again as well, and then this Forever Crush Management. Let's go ahead and check that one first, and then we'll check out Ulissa music, and then I'll go ahead and end this live. And whatever other songs that I didn't get to, next time I do this, I'll come back and either play those tracks next time or just have you guys resend it to me so I can kind of get to it. All right, so let's check it out.
I thought we'd be forever, but forever doesn't ever end. No, we can't be friends because the thought of us just never end. You tore me up, yeah, you broke me down. I swear nothing could have brought me down. I thought we'd be forever, but forever doesn't ever end. No, we can't be friends because the thought of us just never end. You tore me up, yeah, you broke me down. I swear nothing could have brought me down. Fucking crazy, shot me through the heart for like a 50 caliber baby. You know where my heart is gone, it's never ever coming back. You drove it off the roof like the night we never ever had. And I know, oh yeah, I know you don't wanna love me cause you're too afraid to show your feelings of our drama and everything we went through together. I thought we'd be forever, but forever doesn't ever end. No, we can't be friends because the thought of us just never ends. You tore me up, yeah, you broke me down. I swear nothing could have brought me down. I thought we'd be forever, but forever doesn't ever end. No, we can't be friends because the thought of us just never ends. You tore me up, yeah, you broke me down. I swear nothing could have brought me down.
So right off the bat, let me just say, I love the little cover art. Me and my wife, she on a little live or whatever Like we both artists. Like we're talented, you know, in different areas, but like we paint, and this reminded me of a painting I did years ago. It's pretty dope, but I thought that was like some little dope cover art that you got there. As far as the track, I love the dynamics of the beat. The beat is right. Your sound, it sounds like Post Malone, which is pretty interesting. It's pretty dope to hear that. I did not expect to hear this track. That was very surprising. I love the beat in general. I think it's a very perfect vibe for your type of style and presence that you have on the track. I think you have a very unique sound as well. And if I was working with you, we would do some pretty interesting stuff musically. That was pretty dope. One thing I will say though, I feel like there's too much reverb in your vocals. Your vocals kind of are too wet for this particular track. It's obviously a jumping track. There's a lot going on. Especially the hi-hats can be a little bit distracting. In the beginning of the video, if you wasn't here earlier, one thing that I addressed was something that has to do with your reverb. When you add reverb to your vocals, one good thing that's a good idea is to go ahead and add an EQ after your reverb and basically do like a roll off of some of the top end so that the reverb isn't affecting the high frequencies of your vocals, and it's not adding reverb to the sibilant sound, because that really enhances it once you start adding compressors and EQs and limiters and all that type of stuff, and it makes it so loud that it becomes a little bit distracting. So what I would have did was just went ahead and took an EQ after that reverb and kind of basically took the reverb out of the top frequencies or the high mid frequencies to the high frequencies of your vocals and let the reverb basically sit in the mid frequency. Now, if you understand that, then you understand that. If you don't, just ask probably your engineer and he'll probably know what I'm talking about in general. But there's just a particular way that you can make the reverb actually sit in a specific range of your vocals instead of the entire vocal. And if you learn that concept, then you can actually make your vocals sit in a mix a lot more better than, you know, what's going on here. But the lyrics, the approach, the delivery, your presence on the track, that's all on point. I would cut the beat down just a little bit. Take some of that reverb out and make your vocals just a little bit more dry. And then if you're going to add like some of that reverby effect, like I said, I kind of get like the Post Malone vibes in this track. I would kind of do that with the ad libs only, but keep your main lead vocal a little bit more drier than what it is. But overall, dope track. I absolutely enjoyed it, and I would love to hear more in the future for sure. Let me see what we got. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Is it Khalid or Khaled? I don't know his name. Yeah, I definitely could hear him doing this track for sure. So, like, if you were ever to write it, send it to him or whatever, he's somebody that I can actually see re-recording this track. Him, Post Malone. I could even hear, what's his name? What's the eardrummer guy or eardrummers, whatever his name is? Ray Schumer, my bad. Yeah, Ray Schumer. The lead singer, I think it's Sway Lee. I can definitely hear him on this track, or you doing a collaboration with him, or even him, you know, doing a cover of this song in general. I thought it was dope. I really enjoyed this piece for sure. Link to the song. Absolutely. That's anyone here. If you have links to your song, your channels, whatever, post them so people can actually connect with you and collaborate, you know. Oh, yeah, definitely. Juice WRLD, too, for sure. For sure. So I'm going to play Ulysses' song, and then before we go, I'm going to play one of my songs, and then I want you guys to give me your honest feedback. It's going to be one of my most recent songs that I did, that I just dropped, that I really plan on doing a video for. So if you guys want to give me some honest feedback on that, I would definitely appreciate it. It's going to be one of my most recent, so I'm going to play that after I play Ulysses' new song, or one of her songs.
is love, the cross, and I've been made new, made new. Cleanly, use me, feel me, feel me. There's freedom inside of this pain. When I call on Jesus' name, 'cause I don't wanna be in the dark, but light I'm shining, I can be set free. In the sun I'm shining like it's finest jewelry. It's you and me, Jesus. Can I see inside your hands where those scars were made by me? And now I'm covered by His blood. It's your
¿Cuántos panes towers on the track?
Your feet, your crown of thorns. My mind is renewed. I'm washed, reborn. I love the feeling when you hold me in your arms. You are the truth, like God's only son. Remove my sentence from your presence. Now lift your hands inside this building. We on it, I'm on it. God use me and control me. You're the first thing on my mind when I wake up. You're the God of my morning. We rockin', we rollin', we rockin', we rollin'. Holy Spirit, let your fire on my idols have been broken. They broken, been broken, they broken. I'm broken, they broken, I'm broken.
Towers on the track.
Jesus, you breathe in me. Jesus, you breathe in me. Jesus, you breathe in me. New life. You breathe in me. Jesus, you giving me. Jesus, you giving me. Jesus, you giving me. New eyes. New eyes, now I can see. Now I can see. Jesus, you giving me. Jesus, you giving me. New eyes, now I can see. New life, now I can breathe. Jesus, you giving me. Jesus, you giving me. This is my place. I plead my case. Amazing grace. It's like no other. So much stronger when I'm on my knees. Better days, better days, better days, better days. I'm right on track, I'm right on track. Not going back, I'm right on track. I'm yours. I'm never going back to how I've been. I was dirty than a mug inside of a pig pen. Then your grace stepped in, Lord, you cleaned me up. Now I'm fresher than a bug. Lord, I wanna hold your hand and we gon' ring around the rosy like you did with Abraham. I want you to call me your homie. Crucified upon a cross and you died up on a tree. And it should've been me. A Levite, sample shackles of all falling. Can't be stopped, I'm ballin' like James Harden. You should've never ate the apple from the garden. I'm all bossed up like a soldier marching. I walked the plank, was a dead man walking. Ate from his body and his blood, I was starving. Safe for the rest of my days, how I'm walking. My God so good, He won't change regardless. I'm crying.
Yo, say, I don't know about y'all, but that track was hot. The ad libs, the harmonies, the approach, the delivery, the lyrics, especially when you or whoever came in rapping, spitting, like it was just on point. You didn't miss a beat with the track all the way through from start to finish. And I definitely love the message, and not just because, you know, it's talking about Jesus or any of that. It's just more so the simple fact. It's always refreshing because it's so dope to see so many artists that are like really love their passion of music. You know, you have the secular world and you make, music for the world because we want people to like our stuff. But then we still also have that inner side of us that still want to give God the praise, the glory, the worship from our own standpoint. And that's something that I respect because I do that as well. Like, there's music that I make that I know, have to pay the bills. I got to put music out there that I know is going to attract the people. And I ain't talking about just trying to make music for people. I'm more so on the R&B, love side, hip hop, all those different things. But when it comes to showing my praise and appreciation and using my gift for anything godly as well, I take that approach well. I do, gospel Christian type music as well, testimony type music. And I just think it's dope to hear other artists do that. But vocally, the runs, everything was dope. One thing that I just would like to say overall, I think everything was pretty good and pretty balanced for sure. In the hook, since you're singing the vocals more in a lower tonality, I would like just EQ your vocals, the low mids a little bit more to brighten your vocals up. Because at first I had to kind of like, really listen to see what you were saying on a hook. But it took me to look at the title of the song to really know what you were saying and catch on. So just try to tighten up on that. But other than that, this track was dope. Like I give this track a solid 9 out of 10 for sure. This was another great song by you. You're a dope, talented artist. And I think you are definitely going to be making some major moves in music. Keep doing what you're doing. I would love to collaborate with a lot of you in general. So just go ahead and contact me. I'm sorry that I cut my camera off, but go ahead and contact me and let's network. If any of you are on Instagram, I'll go ahead and put it right now. Follow me on Instagram and I will follow you. And if you guys got Facebook or whatever, I think my Facebook may be maxed out, but if I have extra or whatever, I would love to friend request some of you and just connect with you because it's not too many artists that I hear that I'm like, yo, they have some true potential. Not that they don't. It's just that where they're at experience wise, I would love to network and collaborate with people who are on a particular level. So if I say, hey, let's go ahead and put something out, I know that we're able to actually get it done in general. So that's kind of my focus. Okay. Before I get out of here, I definitely don't want to use that one because I don't want to mess that one up, but let's just go ahead and go real quick. Let me see. Let's do this one, maybe. Yeah. Okay, so this is one of my most recent tracks, and I want you guys to kind of give me your honest feedback and what you think about it.
With Ring Alarm, I'm not just protected from break-ins. When there was a fire at our...
Because I'm open to your feedback, too, so let's check it out.
Listen. Karma's coming back to get you. You know what you did. You know what you did, yeah. Karma's coming back to get you. I'm moving on. And now that I think about how things are turning out, I knew I should have left you a long time ago. But I'm still fighting myself, and I'm trying to do better with time. Kinda hard when you're losing your mind. Girl, I'm changing, I hate to let it show, and now I gotta let you know that I've been injected so much that I feel infected. I feel infected. But you rejected, and girl, I feel neglected. I got the feeling that it's something I can't. I'm feeling like it's too damn late. I'm not myself, no. This is about me. This ain't about love. You've been creating our problems and expecting me to solve. I want you to know I'm taking care of me this time. It's kinda hard when you're losing your mind. Girl, I'm changing, I hate to lay the show. Now I gotta let you know that I'm feeling attracted so much that I feel infected. I feel infected. You rejected and girl, I feel neglected. I got that feeling that it's something I can't hide. I'm feeling like it's too damn late. I'm feeling like a zombie. I'm not myself, no. This is something that I'm working on. It's eating away. Down here inside, it won't be long. I just wanna survive. I just wanna leave, yeah. I'm infected like a zombie with no time left. I got to do what's in best interest for me. I can't get away from you. I've been suffering for a long damn time, and I'm looking for my vaccine. You pushing me to the limit, pushing me to the limit. I said I gotta make it happen, 'cause you're no good for me. But I'm everything that you need. What a shame. Girl, I feel neglected. I got a feeling that's inside, and it's something I can't hide. I'm feeling like it's too damn late. No, this is something that I'm working on. You're infectious, yeah. Down here inside, it won't be long. I just wanna survive, I just wanna leave. I'm infected like a zombie with no time left. No time left. Oh, baby, no.
All right, guys. So that was pretty much it. Hopefully my camera's still on. Let me know if it's not still on, because, you know, whatever. But yeah, guys, I'm open to honest feedback in general. Like I said, you know, I make certain music. Not everybody's going to like it.
Are you a photographer that's limited?
My music isn't perfect by any means whatsoever. So I'm always looking to grow and get better too. You know, it's a growing process. So I'm always open to honest critiques in general, and I do whatever I need to do to try to grow. Again, I want to get better just like everybody else. So that's kind of why I'm doing this thing on my channel, to really motivate and inspire others to get involved, you know, grow, learn some things, communicate with people, really interact with people who know what they're talking about, so you can actually grow. You know, if you go get some critiquing or advice from somebody who knows zero about music, then tell me, what are you going to learn in that situation? I mean, people got to know what they're critiquing and what they're critiquing about in general. So I truly appreciate everybody watching my videos, watching this live. This was kind of unexpected today, but I'm glad that I did it, because I got to hear a lot of dope, talented artists, and I don't regret it at all. So guys, thank you for watching my channel. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Like I said, go to my Instagram, follow me now so I can follow you back. I'll be subscribing to your YouTube channels and things like that. And I'm not afraid to help promote your material. So if you ever see anything that I post of yours on my Instagram or my Facebook or whatever, that's just my way of showing you love. Or I might just shout you out in my YouTube videos or whatever the case may be. So it's all love, guys. Continue to work hard. Continue to make music. Do what you love. Be passionate about what you love, and be the best that you can be, because that's what God created us to do, is be the best that we can be, and share and spread that love and light with everybody else. So just go ahead and do that. As far as the question that I got about the microphone, this was the Neumann TLM 103 microphone. Yeah, I definitely appreciate the feedback for sure. This is something that I take down in my mental notes, and, you know, sometimes I got to go back and see what I need to go back to the drawing board too. You know what? Before I head out, because I feel like my kids deserve love too. If you haven't heard my kids sing, you might want to check this out really quick before I get out of here. Keep going. Okay. Okay, so here we go. These are my kids. This is going to be my last song before I get out of here, but I think you guys want to hear it because all my kids are under 10, but they are super, super talented. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and, because I don't need to be, I want them to be seen in this particular case. So let me just go ahead and pull this down real quick so you can actually see. And again, like I said, these are my boys. My boys are under 10. They're super talented.
Just keep going. Oh, listen, being a child is difficult. It's difficult. I know it's hard not to let it show. But you gotta keep your faith in God right now. Ooh. People may not understand it, but that's okay, 'cause God will help them comprehend it. And you know you gotta be strong. You don't battle life alone. You'll make it through. You gotta keep going. Don't give up. You gotta keep going. Don't give up. Just push and pray and seek His face. You gotta keep going. Don't give up. You gotta keep going. Don't give up. You can do it if you try. If you keep going. Time and time again, you prove me to be worthy. You're my healer when they hurt me. No matter what it takes, you gotta hold on. The sacrifice she made, I know you care for me. Everything that I've been lacking, you provide for me. You gotta keep your faith in God right now. Right now. Give up. You gotta keep going. Don't give up. Just push and pray and seek His face. You gotta keep going. Don't give up. You gotta keep going. Don't give up. You can do it if you try. If you keep going. Cash your care. All of your worries. All of your burdens on God, and He will take care of them. You gotta keep going. Keep going. You gotta keep going. Keep going. Yeah. Push and pray and seek His face. You gotta keep going. Don't give up. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. Do it if you try. If you keep going. Oh.
Sometimes I have to gather myself emotionally. I think my wife feel the same way because those are my kids. Those are my babies. You know what I'm saying? It's not just because they're my kids. It's the simple fact that my kids could be doing anything else in the world. They could be doing all the wrong things. But just to have kids that are that focused and really trying to do something positive, that type of stuff makes me emotional as a dad, because that's what I live for. I live for my kids to make a positive impact. I would rather them be a positive to the world than a negative, and I would rather them make solid decisions. You know, so when my time on this earth is no more, I know that I can trust that they're going to make solid decisions and go change lives of people and, you know, themselves, and make a future for themselves. So to have 10-year-old kids, a 10-year-old and kids under 10, doing this type of stuff, it really just makes living so worth it. It makes being a dad so worth it. A husband so worth it. Just being a family man in general is so worth it in general. So I truly appreciate y'all showing love to my kiddos, because they're my boys, and I can be really hard on those kids. I really can. I can be really hard on them, but they're good kids, and I think it's going to pay off in the future, and I love them so much. So I truly appreciate y'all for showing me love. I ain't going to show no emotions on camera because, you know, I ain't going to do that. I might. I ain't going to do that. No, I'm just playing. Hey, but thank you for tuning in to the live. Thank you for checking out everybody's music. I'm glad that everybody got to see what our music is about and got to network and give some positive feedback and things like that. Stay tuned for more, because it will be coming in the future, and that's what I'm here to do, is make it possible for everybody. So thank you. I love y'all. Hit that subscribe button. Share this video if you would like. Leave me more comments if you would like. Go check out my other videos. Send me more music. Let's do all of it. Just reach out to me on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, and we can go from there. Peace.